we just right back in the mix. We
That's
right back
it.
in the
Dude. That's
mix.
all we
That
can do.
was so crazy. Oh shit. I don't know what happened. You tell me what happened. I'm like promo.
I don't know what happened, but look, that's on me. Smoke, Sunday Night Smoke podcast. Go check my boy out. You know what I mean? For sure.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Part two. Technical difficulties. Oh wow, that was crazy. Midstream. That was like a crash. Oh, that was so crazy, man.
That's some real
Um,
technical difficulties. For real, for real.
yeah, like I say, everything just froze, and then it looked like you and Tony D were rebooting, and the Star Child icon was just frozen. Wait,
Who
fuck
the
is
fuck
that?
is this?
Oh,
Paging
that's
me at 5:46 in the morning. Fuck a dawning. Now I'm yawning. Like the cold
like
at my
bad
Cold at my eye.
timing.
See who's
who's this?
dispaging me and what.
And what?
Oh man, this is crazy. Yeah, but that's what it do, man. So welcome back, everybody. For those that were here, I don't know. That was yeah. Hold on, let me drop it. There you go. Welcome back. We're here. I guess maybe this was storm related. I don't know, but let's get back to it. What was the next? We had something else on deck. So the first topic we're finished with that part. The first segment of the show is completed. Let's
I'm
move
still here.
on. Yes, here moving forward. Is this shit? Where's my number at? Where's my countdown? Are we on the air?
Yeah, we're on it. I'm watching it.
Yeah,
We're
I
on it.
see it.
I'm like,
Hmm.
where's my this shit is going bonkers on me over here. Mission control, Houston, we have a problem.
Hmm.
Let me check the news. Make sure nothing crazy is happening. Right. I
Word,
always
like
do that
what is
ever
happening in New
since
York? Look at this.
9/11.
See something going on. Fucking
Okay.
feds on top of the smoke studios. Dudes in black, all black, coming
We,
down
we,
those
be,
little
we
top,
be doing
those
too
little
much up here.
tires that be hanging, they be sliding down the joint.
Right.
Shit, let me get the gas. Hold on for a minute. Fuck that. What is going on over here, man? Crazy. Oh man.
Okay. So we were trying to talk about Mr. Moore's open marriage.
We're done with him. He's toast. If
Okay.
I see his shorty on them streets, I know to holla. Cause she was made for the street. And he wouldn't mind, but I'm definitely not going to the event like with her on her arm. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that forehead will get used for some good target practice. I'm just saying.
Oh wow.
Who was the entertainer that what was the other person, the singer? You guys,
Brian
Oh,
McKnight.
Brian McKnight.
all right.
Okay,
So
let me send
what's
you
going
this.
on? Is
Hold
there
on.
something currently going on with this gentleman?
Yeah, what's up
That
with
we
This
this?
need
is
to know
not
about?
current. It's not actually that current, but
We talk about
hold
the
on. Let me
henny.
send it to you.
Is this the henny related?
The Henny was Keith Sweat.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm all messed up, man. Y'all got me, Jack. This
Got
was
you. I got
crazy.
you. I got you. Don't worry about it. I
Good
got you.
looking, dog. Tony D salute.
So apparently,
I don't know if you come back on.
Brian
Go ahead.
McKnight sends. I sent you a link. It's in the private chat
All right, let's pull it up.
for the Instagram for the shade room. I don't know if you saw that same
Let's check it out.
article, Star Child.
I did.
Um.
All right,
So
let's
Brian
rock. Hold
McKnight.
on.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay.
TSR reactions. Is that wait, hold on. TSR reactions. Is that Donovan Sharp? TSR reactions possibly.
The shade room. Yep. TSR. Yep.
Let me
Yes,
see. Oh, that's the shade room. Okay, hold on. We're gonna share this. Let's share it. Is this video content? No, this
You know the
is
story?
Instagram. Let's check it
I
out.
do.
What we got here?
I
You guys
do.
see? What's the story? Tell me the story. What's going down? What
Okay.
up?
Oh
Uh-huh.
wow.
T-Money.
Oh
T-Money
wow.
Okay. Go
started
ahead.
out.
The white figure car. What they do? Tell me.
So okay. So Brian McKnight, as you know, he's married before. He has three other kids. They got a divorce. He got remarried to a woman who had two kids, and then they had a kid together. Brian
Okay.
McKnight just recently acknowledged and said happy birthday to his to her daughter, her oldest daughter, but said that this is the first time
Stepdaughter.
he's been a dad to a girl or something like that. Mind you, he has three other kids. So his
Hey,
last kid, the last,
mhm.
mhm,
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
the
He said
last kid.
he never had a daughter before. Is what he was saying.
Yes, he has a
So if
daughter.
you see that you should be able to go left and right. You should be able to scroll left and right.
All right, let me check it out. Did
Yeah.
I?
Go
Hmm.
scroll back up again.
He
In
has
the
a daughter.
picture, there's a left. Oh, to go right. There's an arrow to go right. There you go. Okay.
Right here?
So
No.
husband, let's just
Oh,
start here. Husband of
okay.
father of Julia, Jack, Kakoa, and Brian. So Brian, that's the baby. That's the daughter between. That's the son between her and the new wife. So
Okay.
he's Brian Jr. Okay, let's just
Okay.
leave it at that. That the
Hmm.
last baby is Brian Jr.
Okay.
Julia, Jack, and Kakoa are not his kids; those are her kids. Okay, so let's go one more hour. Oh, these are his real kids, his real children's names, the other children from the first marriage.
Wait,
Brian
wait. Hold
McKnight
on. You
Jr.
confusing us. Wait. Stop. 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 Julia, Jack, Kikoa, Mateo are whose children? The new
Her
The
wife,
new
children.
wife.
or okay? So that's the children of the new wife.
Yes.
Three children. So she had three children,
Yes.
and then they have a baby together. Correct?
No.
And
She
Brian
had.
Kaon.
One of y'all saying no. One of y'all saying yes. I'm lost.
She had. She
Brian
had.
K.
Sorry.
Who
Go
had
ahead. Go
what?
ahead. Go
Please tell
ahead.
me.
Start child.
She already had. She already had two kids. The new Brian is the one she had with him.
Okay. So
She has
right here
three
he lists
kids,
one,
and the new
two. He
Brian.
lists three kids. He lists four kids here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
So that's
she had three kids. She had
thank
three
you.
kids
So she had
already.
three, and then they had a baby together. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
Named
I just need
Brian
clarity.
Kanoa.
Happy. Got it.
Okay. But if you see the names here, Brian McKnight, where it says children,
Mm-hmm.
you see where that, yes.
Here.
Brian McKnight Jr., Brianna McKnight, Nico, and Clyde are his four kids from
Yes.
his previous marriage.
So Brianna is the daughter.
Yes.
Okay. Now hold that. Okay. Just like you said. Go one arrow more. Jules, I became a girl dad because of you, and I couldn't have asked for a better daughter.
Oh my
Here's to
God.
you, Jules, the perfect daughter I've always wanted.
Well,
That's her.
obviously, okay. So that's the daughter of the new wife, the
Yes.
stepdaughter, correct?
Yes.
Yes. But
So
if you go
obviously that
back
was made
one,
to throw shade at the other daughter. Obviously, is what we're getting at.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So
yes.
let's shoot straight at it. So in other words,
Yes.
because you got to realize when divorce, so he was divorced from his wife.
Yeah.
So she took custody of all the other children, obviously, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like how divorces usually go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So possibly, because I'm gonna look at give you the men's side of this, because you got the women's side, the men's side. So maybe him and the daughter, maybe the daughter chose the side of the ex-wife, and because we don't really know the dynamics of how that relationship and how the divorce went. So maybe he kind of was like, well, I'm excommunicating the previous children from the marriage. That could possibly be it, because if he's clearly saying this, he's clearly throwing shade on the
Yeah.
daughter that he biologically has. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like maybe she threw him
It
under the bus
absolutely makes
during a
sense.
divorce, because usually when
Jessica
divorce
Jones was
happens, right?
good.
This is what happens. Usually the court comes, rakes the man over the coals, makes him pay a shitload of money, pay out his ass, and gives the woman the children, and he gets fucked over pretty much. Even if he could even walk in the house, not saying this happened, he could walk in the house and find his wife getting gangbanged, like that comedian likes his wife to get banged. And guess what happens? They go to divorce court and they say, well, hey man, you got to pack your shit and get out the house and give her 30 grand a month. And so it's usually not a good feeling on the behalf of the men. And then they take the kids from you also. So, and depending on why they had a divorce, maybe the family, maybe there was some kind of beef with the family. And obviously the daughter probably chose sides with the mother. So that's why he's throwing
So
shade. Does that make sense?
so is all
I'm
these
trying to figure out the
excuses
mystery
to
myself.
okay, so me asking the question to the men,
Hmm.
for all these reasons you just stated, these are reasons why he should not acknowledge his four kids, his other four kids, as being a father of, or not even acknowledge. You know what
I
I'm
have no
saying?
idea. I have no idea
Well,
because
you just
every
gave me the
individual
excuses.
story is
You
different.
did give me the reasonings why a man would do this,
I
the
said
shading
possibly.
here
Yeah,
about.
yeah. That's
Okay, so this
possibly.
would
Mhm.
mean that it's a. I guess in some instances, there are instances where it would be okay to not acknowledge that not only are you a father to Jules, Julia, Brian Kayano, and the other one, he doesn't have to acknowledge the other four anymore.
Check it backstage, bro.
It depends. All right, hold on. Let me come back because I was reading the story on the front side.
If a
Oh, she
if
got.
a
Oh,
parent
you
or
went
a
down again.
father
Okay, here you
if
go.
a
You back.
father doesn't
You're
acknowledge
back.
their kids, there's something private going on. I've seen more.
Exactly.
I've seen more
Obviously.
than one celebrity parent say that. On Flavor Flav said that about some of his kids. A couple kids he don't talk about.
Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously. They shit on him just like the ex-wife. Obviously, and he said, "Fuck y'all," and that's the business. That's how the game goes. Sometimes, man. Sometimes families don't get along. You understand what I'm saying? And when it comes to the divorce and all of that other stuff, because he's probably like, "Fuck y'all getting 50 grand a month from me. You had no respect, and you chose your mom's side over mine, and she was out thotting, and I busted her. So fuck y'all." So that's why he's
This
not
is such
acknowledging them.
a hypocritical thing. I feel like if it was the woman,
And if it was the woman, the
we
same
would be
thing.
called
Jazzy
out
P in the
real
building. What's
quickly.
good?
Nope.
I'm sorry.
No,
All
we
right.
would be
Women get
called
called
out
out for
so
it.
quick.
I've seen women get called out for it, honestly.
Everybody has the right to get called out for everything because nobody really, and
No,
ultimately
we
it's
get
his family and he
railroaded.
don't give a shit what Smoke got to say. But but let's give our opinion on it because we do opinion radio. So you're
It
saying,
kind you do. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, tell me because you feel some kind of way about this, and I want you to get this out. Talk to me about how do you feel about this?
No, what I didn't feel a way about it, but now hearing the explanation of why it could happen, it's
Hmm.
like, oh damn, if those are the reasons why you could like not acknowledge your kids. On the woman, if that was a woman who did those same, if it was a role reversed,
Hmm.
we would be dragged to the coal so hard. It wouldn't be just I could just put it up there, whatever, and then I get some snide comments or whatever. I would be like literally dragged through the newspapers real hard about like who I am as a woman. I'm out here in these streets, I'm slutting, I'm doing all this other stuff. It would take it to such a personal sexual level if I was a woman who did this versus him who's just, oh, that's bad, and oh, the justifications, there's some kind of justification for it. I don't know, I just, that's how I feel like.
I'm not gonna justify what he did. If you got kids, acknowledge them. Period. End of story. I'm not justifying it.
I'm not going to justify him, but I just
We've
gave an
seen
example of what would make me
I
say
need to tap my
that.
screen real quick.
and
Can
honestly,
you
we've
hear?
seen more than one celebrity where this scenario happened.
Yeah.
That's the reason
Larry
why I gave you that.
Fishburne
I'm raising
said
my
"fuck
hand.
you" to his mom's. Like this kind of stuff
Star Child
happens,
has her
bro.
hand raised.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead, Star Child.
go ahead, jump in. Go for it.
As a
It
as a
happens.
mother
Hmm.
of four children from ages of 30 to 14, Brooke being the youngest, who is now, for a lot of different reasons, in the care of her grandmother for all practical purposes. Um, this is touching soft spots for me. I'm not a celebrity. I don't have a lot of money, but the way that you all are spinning this, there's a lot of dynamic here. There's a lot of dynamic here that he's not going to acknowledge, that the ex-wife is not going to acknowledge. I will just say this, and I'm a woman having to deal with this. Let me tell you something. I ain't out here thotting. This is not a sexual thing. My situation is due to a mental health crisis that my family took advantage of. Okay, I'm still paying the price for having the ability to walk myself into a mental health ward and saying I can't handle life right now. And I put myself on a 72-hour hold. And in those 72 hours, my family came in and X me out the picture. So I've been fighting since 2021 for my own family to let me be a parent. and nobody wants to talk about this. So I understand why Brian McKnight does what he does. I'm not saying that what he's doing is correct, but you don't know what it does to a mental and emotional place as a
Right.
parent. This sounds mental and emotional. You don't know what that woman or his kids have said and done to him, because I
True.
deal with the backlash of my siblings at 47, because the only script they've ever had is their mother's script. Like I told you, my mother was the only woman that my father married. He had already fathered children before my mother and fathered children after her, but he didn't marry any of them except for my mother. So there's a lot of enmity for me that they hold. And because they can't see past the script they've been given, guess who has to hold all the hate and anger in this dynamic?
Yep.
Me.
Yep.
The kid. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the kids who get affected the most.
It
Like
is not
you,
it is not that child's fault that he's treating her that way. You don't know what that ex-wife or his children have done or said to him to put
Thank
him in
you.
this position. You don't
Exactly.
but
know.
it
You
may
don't
have
know
For a
what.
been
father to, for a
nothing.
father not to,
But at the
for a
same
father to
time,
say that, think about this, Tironi. No matter how it
at the
looks,
same time,
feel, go ahead, because it seems that there's more to it. There's more to it.
at the
Let's
same
There is
time,
more
dig
we
to
don't.
it.
deeper. Go ahead, Tironi.
Exactly. It may be just we're assuming, we're making assumptions that there's more to it that the mother did, and that's the reason why
Or the
these things
children
happen, and
themselves.
that the things. Why couldn't he just be a jerk and just be a deadbeat
And
dad?
that very
He
well may
can't.
be
We
true.
He
always
can be a
excuse
deadbeat
black
dad because
men.
obviously he's
But
paying
here's the
some kind
thing
of
We
though,
child
all
support because
T-Ronnie,
he's a
is that
celebrity.
as a mother,
So let's
as
stop
a
that.
mother, as a mother
go ahead.
of children, I have never, ever once in my life walked away or turned my back on my kids, good, bad, or indifferent. My son
Maybe
had a
the
So
mental
children
health.
turn their back on
he
him.
gets to, but if his kids are bad and they just railroaded him, and the relationship between him
No, I'm
and
not
his
saying
ex-wife
that.
is
All
not
I'm
good,
saying
good,
is
he
that
could walk away and just
all I'm
because
saying is that men do have more ability to walk away and start over than a woman does.
that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm
Well, you know
saying. If
what?
it was a woman who did the
Mhm.
same thing,
Okay, well, check it out. Let's talk about it then. So let's try to think back in history of famous celebrity women that had children with men. So think about like the K Fed, or what's that chick's name that had
Britney
not
Spears.
Britney
Britney
Spears,
Spears.
for example. Let's backtrack. Let's think about it, because every we can't let's talk about it, right? Because 9 out of 10 times, if you go to divorce court, the lawyer's going to award the woman the children, because
Yes.
that's one thing that y'all automatically going to get. So let's not get that twisted. Number
What's so
one.
classic?
Number
I
two,
remember that story too.
um,
You remember that story? Yes.
all parents and children do not get along. Okay, so if I had kids that would, I'm just saying, I can see this happening if I am, for example, if I'm the provider for my family, the celebrity, the rich singing guy, the millionaire, and I've spoiled my children, whatever. For some reason, we get divorced, and for some reason, the children are acting unappreciative and being disrespectful. But who knows what happened in that house and with that family, young lady? So you can't. Oh, he could just be a jerk. He could, but the kids could just be jerks too, because kids are jerks sometimes. So let's acknowledge that. And at the
Facts.
same time, it's his family, his kids, and his right to do that. And it's
okay.
all right to
So
judge him.
let me. I
Go ahead.
agree, but let me just
You just
answer the
mad
question
because
for
he with a
what you
white
just
chick.
said.
Stop it.
I don't care
Let's
that.
keep it a band. He with a
I don't
Yoshi and
care.
he
What I'm
mad.
saying is, hold
Go
on,
ahead.
hold on.
Go
What you
ahead.
just said, sometimes kids are jerks, right? So how is it, even before that, you said that 9 times out of 10, the judge is going to leave the kids with the mother. First of
Yeah,
all,
always.
that in itself is sexist, because
No, because that's the
who knows if the,
statistics.
wait,
Look up the
wait,
statistics.
wait till
Go
I'm
ahead.
finished.
Go ahead.
What makes the woman qualified? Just because she's maternal, that's what makes her qualified, but that's not the case all the time. And then secondly, if the kids were assholes to Mr. Brian McKnight, which they could have been, what makes you think they're not assholes to their mother? And so the mother can doesn't have to disqualify them. but the father can? Is this what we're doing in this society? We can disqualify the kids because they're assholes. Is this what we're doing now? Is this okay?
Let's read this quote. When I stopped doing everything for them, BJ was 25. 25 as a grown up. Nico was 22, McKnight stated at the time, and it wasn't like I completely cut them off. That happened much later.
I was about to say he had two
Okay,
boys. I remember
so
that
so
from the
so
first two
so so
seasons.
now let's dig deeper into this. So in other words, so if you 25 and 22 years old, right? And I'm sure since you would you're receiving all the mother you get child support and all this other shit up to a certain age, but I could see this possibly happening. The children felt over entitled, like, hey man, I'm 25, I'm a grown ass man, but you're still rich, Brian McKnight. Give me some more fucking money, and as well as whoever else. And he man said, "Hey, fuck y'all, man. You grown ups. Your mom's didn't milk 40 grand out me a month for fucking 18 years. Go get a job, fucker." That could have happened, and they got mad and started cursing him out after he did all of that for them all those years. And he said, "Well, you know what? I excommunicate y'all. Fuck you." Could you see that happening possibly after getting this information, T. Roni, as an option? I'm just saying, I'm not
Yes.
trying to
But I
change your
can also
mind, but I'm
see,
just saying because when you stop taking care of folks, they tend not to give a fuck and start disrespecting you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just
Facts.
saying. How many times you hear this with
well,
celebrities, with the kids and stuff? I'm just saying. You never know what happened. He said,
we don't know what
BJ
happened,
put
but so
pictures
we
of
don't have to
everybody's
automatically
photo of their
assume
wedding photos.
because
The place the
wait,
photo from
we
his
don't
dad's
know what
first
happened, but
wedding.
we don't have to automatically assume that it's because it's the mother's fault.
We don't got to assume that it's his fault either. So while we see that's the thing. See, I'm looking at it from the both sides because me, I always got to be the
I
advocate,
do
the
get that.
anti.
We don't have to assume that it is his fault. I get that. But at the same time,
Yeah,
what was
exactly.
thrown at me was like, well, maybe the mother did this, and maybe she got the kids to do it. So I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
because
these
you're
are
throwing him under the
excuses
bus.
and
But I'm
reasons.
saying there's two sides to every story, and you're only formulating an opinion because he cut his damn
I
kids off, which is his fucking
I
business.
I didn't formulate any opinion. I wanted to talk about it.
We were talking about it, but
I
you was like,
actually
"Why you could just be a jerk?" I was like, "Well, shit, why she couldn't have been a jerk?" I always got to stick up for the men. Come on, man.
no no
That's
no.
why I'm
Well,
Y'all
here.
y'all gave me
as
reasons,
a
but it was
And
more or less of
as a
attacking the
woman,
woman.
as a woman who is
she,
currently being attacked, and I haven't been allowed to see my child or talk to my child in 2 months only because my family feels a way about the way that she behaved. It had nothing to do with me. Let me tell you something. When minding your business becomes a problem for people, that's a problem. And that happens a lot more than people want to talk about.
that
When
too.
you're not coming confrontational, when you're just trying to show up and show out, because my daughter's about to graduate to go to high school, my family is making this very difficult. You understand me?
Copy,
When
and
when
that's
when
crazy.
people when people around you are so committed to making you the villain in every fucking story, and I will tell you this, and I will just say this right here. Villains are made. We are not born. Because if I ever got my motherfucking lick back, I would be in prison, bitch. Y'all better be glad I walked away and shut the fuck up and let y'all
And
tell
it
the
takes
story the
grown
way y'all
folks to
want
do
to
that.
tell it.
It takes grown folks to touch. Sometimes you got to be the bigger person, man, because sometimes people are out to jam you up. Jazzy P said, I
Do you
guess relating
understand that if I
to,
got my lick back, I would be in prison right now?
hey, don't incriminate yourself. Not on this show, damn it. Check it
No,
out, though.
but no, but no, but
Eddie
this is
Murphy,
Don't fuck with it. Don't
Eddie
fuck
Murphy
with
claims all his kids,
this
no
is
matter
very
what
it.
age they
personal for
are.
me though, Smoke. You have to understand
No,
is
I
that I'm
get
dealing
it,
with
but
this shit right now. Is
I
that when
got it.
people are so committed to making you the bad guy, no matter what you do, no matter how you change,
Mm-hmm.
you understand. You
Copy,
have to
copy,
you have to understand. I'm dealing with this shit in real time.
copy. Jazzy P says, my
I don't
friend is in your
have
situation.
celebrity or money or lawyers or nothing. I had to go to Chicago just by myself on a train, walk in my mama's house, be like, "What up, though?"
Oh, good. Oh, good.
No, it
But
wasn't all good.
no, what I'm
No, it
saying
wasn't
is,
all
But
good.
yeah,
all right, time out. Not all good. I get it. Number one, don't spill too much of your family tea on
No,
TV.
it's not
Number
that. But you
one.
have to understand.
But
This
I get
feels,
it. We're dealing about situational shit, and it
yeah.
does relate to the topic, and I get it. Right? I get it.
So you don't know the dynamics of that
Exactly.
family and why he's
Very
acting the way he's acting.
exactly. You never know. You never know.
If
And
he's
it's not
found
saying that
himself
Ronnie was
in
taking
a in
sides,
a in a
I was
in a, in
taking
a, in a,
sides.
in a
Like, we just got
happy,
to give
safe
it from
space
both
with
sides.
people and children around him who are appreciating him for who he is, yes, they're not black, but you don't know what that dynamic is. You don't
Yeah,
know. And
could have
yes,
been a
it
shitty
No,
looks like
I
family
he's
life, man. Go ahead, Ronnie.
the both sides don't have to be.
yeah.
It's so black and white sometimes, and we say, okay, let's look at both sides. So the both sides is either him or her,
Or
and
her,
sometimes that's
or the
not the
kids, or the
case.
kids.
The
It could be all parties involved, right?
just that's exactly how I feel. But how it was presented was not that. What was presented was that, well, maybe she did something, and maybe the divorce, and maybe this. Okay, so if you're going through that with a woman, does that mean that you can't talk to the kids anymore?
Okay,
That was my question. I mean, because I,
copy.
like I said, I really wanted to talk about this because I'm like confused. Okay, the
Again,
justification for
again,
the reason he should treat his kids this way is because him and the mother don't get along, or the mother got the kids during a divorce, and that the kids, she took the kids and she made them hate him, so now he doesn't like the kids.
Maybe
So
the
that
kids
means
just
that's
didn't like
okay
him from the
for him.
beginning.
how about maybe she
Maybe the
went
kids
to the
If
didn't
your
like.
divorce?
Maybe
kids
he
don't
didn't
like
get along
you,
with the
so if
kids.
your kids don't like you, is it okay to like just disconnect from them?
Yes, it is
And don't tell me
because
because
they're
they're
at
20
the
year
age of
old because
25. Okay, and I don't mean to cut you off because this is we just talking in a circle, and we're just gonna move on sooner or later. But like, because we're just gonna go in a circle. Check it out. At the age, because we got the quote right here. We got a quote from Salute the OG Classic. He said the quote is, "When I stopped doing everything for them, BJ was 25. Nico was
you don't have to explain it to
22.
me like that. I
The
get
grown
it.
up.
If y'all agree,
I
that's
get
it.
it. So what
Yes.
I'm trying to say is these are grown-ups. So if you have grown children, right? They're not your responsibility anymore. And if you say to them, listen, man, I can't take care of you no more as a grown man, and they come back at you crazy, which could be a possibility, and they started talking crazy, and that could be the reason why he reacted, because that's very extreme. You got to realize this is very extreme for somebody to disown their children. That means this something very disrespectful happened. Well, you don't have children, so I don't maybe you don't understand the dynamic of how deep this shit really is. For you to disown your own children,
You
something
didn't have to clap at
so
me like that. That's kind
disgustingly
of disrespectful.
disrespectful
That was
had to
kind
have
of rude.
happened, is what we're getting, what we're trying to say. That's all I'm trying to get at. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
you didn't have to clap at me like that. That
I
wasn't nice.
wasn't clapping at you, but like we it has to, like we were hustling backwards at one point, and I'm just like I was just trying to make like nobody was trying to hear clearly what was being communicated. Like I'm like, obviously, because you thought it's disgusting for him to be that way towards his children, correct? So something
I did
very
not say any of
disgusting,
that.
very low.
I didn't even
Well,
say
for you to
that.
be criticizing the man, for you to be critical about it and have some kind of feelings about it, like how can you just cut your kids off or something to that effect? Something had to happen that was very
No,
serious for him. No. So what point were you trying to make
no,
bringing this
that's
shit
not
up?
how I
What are
presented
we
it at
talking about
all,
this for?
actually.
All right. So tell me how. What are we talking about this for then? Because I'm lost.
Because I wanted to hear everybody's opinion. I really did. I just said I wanted to talk about it.
Okay, we talking
I
about it.
really said that. It wasn't on some. I think because you think I'm a woman, I'm gonna take it to the personal. Oh, because she
No,
white,
it's not
because
personal because
that's
you
me,
don't
a
know
black.
that
Because
man.
I'm a white. Wait, because I'm a black woman. So because she's white or she's mixed or whatever, that's why I'm mad. Or because I'm a black woman, I'm mad because he cut off his kids. So I'm gonna take it to that attitude, like, oh no, he didn't because I'm black. No, that's not how we
I
all
just thought
are.
about that later on in the conversation when I realized
And
it
that's
was like
not
a
what I was
non-black
even
chick,
coming
so I
out
just throw it in
as.
there for
Okay, so
comedy.
just letting you know that this wasn't it. This was not it. This was not some kind of, oh yes
Stop,
he did, oh
stop
no he
sister
didn't
slaying and
moment.
shit. You
That's
trying to
not how
sister
I do.
splain? Stop trying to don't try to sister splain this one away. All right, damn it. That has nothing to do with
And
black
all.
women and bitter and all of this other shit that you're saying. Nothing to do with that. Like I say, I just slid that in as a joke throughout the conversation because when I look back at the picture and was like, "Oh, you just mad because he with a white girl or some shit." It doesn't even look like a white girl. Whoever, I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's investigate.
Because I wasn't
But
even
that's his
talking about her.
goddamn choice. Whoever it is, he's showing them love, obviously buying them BMWs and all that hot shit, and the kids are mad about it. at the end of the day. So I don't know, man. What do you think, Tony D? We haven't heard much from you. This is just, you know.
Shit. I'm on
You're
mute.
muted, Tony D.
I was over there.
Let's talk
I
about
was looking up some stuff. I know it's the oldest boys. I remember them. He was speaking on them in his first 2 CDs. Whatever happened to the other kids? I know when I saw him in concert in Constitution Hall back in 2005 up in DC, he always talked about ever since his divorce. Ever since divorce, I'm like, okay, we know you're divorced. We've been knowing you're divorced. It was all over the news. If he had a chance to his life, he's cutting it off, and he doesn't acknowledge them. They're not kids anymore. One thing I can't deny him is he did acknowledge them in the first place. This article kind of trips me out how they titled it. He doesn't acknowledge his biological children he had before his current marriage. They're grown. He spent, I know his first 2 albums, he spoke on them. So, like I said, it did seem a little misleading. I was watching what's going on. I mean, my oldest is 22. My stepdaughter's 24. I do still acknowledge them as my kids, but they're grown adults. They don't even want to be called kids anymore. So I'm not exactly sure how to.
If you was a millionaire and they was mooching off your ass, and you said, okay, the buck stops here, then all of a sudden, you ain't shit, Dad. Fuck you. No, I'm not saying in your instance, but I'm just saying. So then they mad.
And I know
you with this new family and you giving them shit.
I think that title was a little bit of clickbait, honestly.
Like, come on, what the fuck this is all about? Somebody mad. Some grown ass folks are mad. The fucking meal ticket then dried up. Get your ass a job now. That's the game.
Go do something.
Keeping it gangster.
I'm sorry, man. I mean, there's 3 celebrities that came on top of my head who either cut off their kids because of this or because of that or whatever. It's a touchy subject. Mm-hmm. It's touchy.
To cut your family off, it got to be real. Look at Larry Fishburne, for example. He cut his mom's off. Something fucking happened. Something obviously happened. You can't say, well, Larry Fishburne, you ain't shit. Look what you did to your mama. No, because Larry Fishburne and his mama know what happened. You smell me? Somebody knows what happened. But it's not for the public.
Or they could just be dirtbags.
Nah.
Could be, possibly. Could be.
You cut off because she did a flip. That's what he cut off.
Me too. Random Rick said, "Them kids put the empty milk back in the fridge."
Yes.
One too many times. He said,
"They need that." I'm out.
You know, you reach for that container and it's in that little corner left. God damn.
If you put that toilet seat up and leave it up when you leave the bathroom one more time,
stop peeing on the toilet seat. Right? Some crazy shit like that. Like, come on, man. I don't know, but some shit then went down, man. So, you know, everybody's family dynamic. And remember, this is an article. So it's just put out there for people to, you know, have these discussions, I guess. Also, you know what I'm saying? Like who's the bad guy? Him, you are Smoke. No, you're the bad guy, Roni. Like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's crazy. That's kind of, you know, but I can honestly see that kind of shit happening. Like, you know, grown, man. Stop, like release. Like you had 25 years of support from me.
I mean, bottom line for me is you
grown ass
kids hit 18, 19, start doing something themselves. We can understand that the struggle is harder than your efforts. We got that. But don't live off your parents.
You know, it's hard if they're rich. You know, I guess because I didn't have a rich fucking celebrity ass parents, millionaires and shit. So I guess it's different. But you think as a kid, my parents are rich or my daddy rich, I'm gonna be set for the rest of my life. I ain't never got to do shit. Some of them get a sense of entitlement. Not saying that his kids, because I don't know them. Who knows? But let's just say hypothetically, sense of entitlement. My dad's rich. I'll never have to work. Fuck that. Is that a possibility that they adopt that type of mentality could be adopted?
You don't even have to have rich parents for them to adopt that. Like,
well, that means you crazier than a motherfucker then.
You know,
can we?
You plan on going on welfare and shit or something? I don't know, because that's nuts.
I'll just tell you, when my son graduated from Tennessee State, Nashville, and he turned 25. And he got that first letter about his student loans. He was like, "Mom, what's this?" I said, "Nigga, you 25. You got me fucked up. It's your turn now."
Yeah. What's this?
He was in his feelings, Smoke. Oh, he was pissed. Oh, he was pissed.
Was he?
Like, nigga, you the one that went to the school. Like, this is the bill for the shit. That's why
when he got his first bill at 25. About his student loans, he didn't talk to me for a year.
Wow,
and that's some real. And I'm not gonna talk about your son, but that's not a good look. I'm like, homie, at the end of the day, right? It's called an investment. You're investing in yourself, right? But you got to pay back the investment on the
He
back
didn't
end,
talk to me for a year.
and that's kind of harsh. Um, you
On the
know,
flip side of it, though, we could talk
crazy.
about the expense of being a 25-year-old. Right now, they're going to school. Gas is high, cars is high, groceries is high, apartments are 2,000 each, right?
Easy,
And
easy.
minimum wage is still how much? 7.50 an hour minimum
No, it's about
wage.
15 in some places. They're going to 15, but
Mm,
15
It's
right
mm,
now.
15 in some
mm.
places, but not everywhere.
Right.
This is a segue. This is a segment. Talk to Joe Biden about that.
Mm.
Talk to Sleepy
About the
Joe.
minimum wage or the student loan,
Well,
the
he gassed
college
y'all.
debt.
He gassed y'all to get into office, telling you what he was going to do with the student loan debt, and that never happened.
They shot him
It's
down.
happening. What are you talking about? It's happening.
I
They
don't
shot him
know.
down. They shot him down.
Yes, they did. They said at first they tried to shoot it down, and they just recently said yes, it can move forward.
Okay, well, good for them. Because I don't own nobody shit, so I don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying.
They
Okay,
shot
so
him
now
all the way the fuck
Joe
down.
Biden. Joe Biden has announced that he's going to rerun for re-election.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about that? At the tender age of so
92.
see, Ron, can't. You don't want to participate in political conversation, so we'll just brush over this real quick. Do you guys think he's a little too old to be running be running for
Absolutely.
re-election?
Absolutely.
He's too old to be running, but the people in DC are willing to work with him. From what I've
Exactly.
And my opinion is, if they are willing to let Trump run, like, why you not stopping ages? What's the guy who passed away, and
What?
the one who he was old. He was 80 something years old before he had passed away. He ran for president, right?
So Ross
God, what's
Perot?
his name?
Are
He
you
ran
talking
against
about
Obama.
Ross Perot.
the dude with the white
McLean.
hair from the
McLean.
Oh, John
McLean.
army?
McClain. John McClain. Yeah,
John
yeah, yeah.
McCain. John McCain. There you
John
Tom
go.
McCain.
McCain. Yes, whatever his name
I
is.
said McClain like Die Hard. My bad.
Yeah, me too.
I said
I don't know
Tom
why.
instead of
That's
John.
probably why I thought McLean. I mean, we're talking about yes. I mean, I'm not saying yes or no, but I am saying like it can't be a double standard. If we're all saying like when it's too old, this is too old, we can't
But
That's,
just
you
that's
know
say
what?
no.
John McCain still seemed to have had all of his faculties at that point. It seems like Joe is slipping right now. I can't even front, and it's not just to throw Sleepy Joe under the bus, but he's slipping right now.
yo.
He's shaking hands to folks that ain't there.
Yeah.
He
Classic.
talking to
You ain't
invisible
wrong.
motherfuckers. He's raggedy. He's reading the pause. Like if he's reading a sentence and it says pause, he's reading that part off the teleprompter. He's all
Dude,
fucked up.
dude.
Sleepy Joe is
They
toast,
talking about
man.
him and
He's
Trump.
doing a
They're the two
horrible ass
strongest candidates.
job. Him
They're
in
the
the
two
shadow
strongest
government.
candidates we got. Him and Trump are the two strongest candidates we got. Until somebody give me a better alternative, that's what's going to happen.
Shit is crazy. OG
Nobody
says
wants to
Joe
talk
needs to
about who
sit
the
his
best
ass
alternative
down.
is for a Democrat. Nobody wants to talk about who's the best alternative for a Republican. Don't nobody want to talk about it. So that's what's going to
Well,
happen.
Trump is because listen. In hindsight, I'm gonna say this one thing. I'm gonna really
Whoa.
actually say this one thing, man. In hindsight,
Mm-hmm.
when we look at policy, the condition of the country, things that were going on, in hindsight, I don't think Trump was that bad, actually.
Right.
I really, because let's look at it. Let's look at the difference. I was paying $3 for gas then. Now I'm paying $5.
Mm-hmm.
I was paying $2 for eggs then. Now I'm paying $5.
Mm-hmm.
Get my drift, everybody. There wasn't a world war potentially on the shelf. There was no war in Ukraine. There was no power moves making to replace the dollar on a global stage. Well, those would probably be those were in the works on the back end, but it wasn't being publicly talked about. I mean, we in dire straits right now, and I don't think people really realize this shit. The country is in dire straits. The country is being invaded by thousands and millions of Mexicans every day because the borders are not secure.
I see you,
The
classic.
country is in dire
Yeah, I saw
straits.
it too.
We
Classic.
King
are
Jeffries did come up as a name. I do remember that name.
we are in hell right
I
now.
want to say Stacey Abrams should be up there too, but they ain't gonna let her run either.
I
Oh
want to say
no,
bring
they
Trump
just
back. I don't give a
They
shit.
still ain't put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill exactly.
Who the fuck wants that? But who wants that? I don't care about that. We put a black man in the White House and he didn't do shit, niggas, anyway. So what difference does it make? I made money,
Rochelle,
money.
Rochelle, check mute your mic, baby. Mute your mic, lady. Oh, child.
Let me do that
Mute
for
your
you.
mic, lady.
No, I did because this is like,
Oh,
it's
okay, she
like,
good. Okay, as long as she good.
yeah, this is.
I mean, I know you
Hold
don't
on.
talk
You all right,
politics.
sis? You good?
I got to be honest, though.
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't
Okay,
know
no, your mic was
who we
rumbling.
want on either side as Americans, and then I also do it as a Black American. I damn sure don't know who I want up there.
I want Trump back. I don't
I
give
hear
a fuck
You said you
about
don't.
color. I want strong policies, and I want for the best for the country as a whole. Because
That's what we
obviously,
got to do.
we got a black vice president. What has she done?
Oh,
Don't hear
she
very much from
rerunning
her.
with him.
I'm just saying, generally speaking, because black doesn't matter. We got to get past the black and white shit. That doesn't matter. It's just poor and rich, dude.
Yeah, that's what it
We got
is.
to
You
figure
ain't
that
lying.
out. Everybody, it's time to wake up. There is no
You ain't
black
lying.
and white. You got poor
Ladies
and
and
rich.
gentlemen, that's the realest shit he ever
Hello.
said. It's between poor and rich right now. That's exactly what the fuck's going on. That's fact.
She's
That
only
is
like,
fact.
nah, fuck that, black. Nah. Blacks got to clean up their
Black
own ass
black
house.
never
We gotta clean up
mattered in
our
the
own
first
house.
place.
We got to
It's
clean
always
up our
been
own
about
Oh
house
yeah.
first
So
economics.
what
before
was
we
in slavery?
how to do all of that shit. There's slavery. Every race was enslaved.
Every
Reclass
race
the
was
comment.
enslaved, but
Reclass
I'm
his
Yeah,
comment.
but our
saying
country was taken from
I'm
us,
not.
which is different. Which is
If
different.
it just like you
This
said,
was
every
our
race was
country
enslaved. So why was there
because this
slavery
was our
if black
country.
didn't
This is
matter?
what makes it different.
So it was
Opposed
about
to what a
poor
lot
and
of
rich.
people. No, what were you saying? Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Slavery, race do matter.
Go ahead. Race doesn't matter. It only matters if your country was taken from you, and that's the instance we're in. That's why it's a unique situation because our country was taken from us. A lot of you folks believe that you came from Africa, but you really didn't. You were here already. Whether you found your way here, wherever you were here already before they took your country from you and then enslaved you. That's where I have the problem at. You understand? That's the problem I have. If it was just like all blacks and they were enslaving each other, that's the business. Like that happened all over the world. Like races enslave their own people. I get it, but if you come to somebody else's country, take their land from them, and then enslave them, that's when I have a problem, and that's the situation we're in right now. Okay, I just want to
It do
differentiate the
resonate.
two. So it does matter when your country's taken from you, like it was in our instance. Okay, and you're not from Africa, guys. I want you to know that you didn't come here on a big boat like Amistad. Shit didn't happen. Okay,
Ancestors
rise
did.
up. Use critical thinking when you read these things. Okay, okay. Use
Ancestors
critical
did.
thinking when you watch these movies and shit, guys. All right, don't believe all of that stuff. You were here already. Okay, so on that note, we were still talking about the black, like the politicians, for example, right? So think about this. A couple years back, 2 summers back, you had Ice Cube Plan for Black America. What was that? Like the proposition? It was actually 3 summers ago. We lost our
The platinum plan. Yeah, the platinum plan.
Correct. He was proposing that. That was right before the election, before they put what's the name in office? The Democrats didn't want to hear him. Trump's people met with them. And it's like, who are the real racists? I don't know. The black Kamala Harris said, "We'll get back to you, Ice Cube." Never got back to him. She said, "I have a better idea. Let's bring Snoop Dogg, E40, and a bunch of other rappers, and let's talk about." He said, "No, no, no, no. This is different. I have my own presentation that you're well aware of that. Okay, we'll get back to you." Never got back to you. So when we think about black and we think all people that are black don't identify as black, and they don't necessarily, all people that are black are not necessarily out to help quote unquote black people.
Right.
Okay. So let's not get confused. Let's not just run behind people because they're black. Because Obama proved it. Like he had a black president. What did that do? Did nothing. I'm not here to throw him under the bus, but I'm just saying that doesn't mean anything. It's about what you do. Because if the black guy can give $4 million to HBCUs and the quote unquote racist can give $82 million to the HBCUs, who's the real racist? We got to think
So
about this. We got to ask questions like, what
how
did you
come
do? Like,
whenever we talk about what black men having black men in power didn't do or whatever,
because
we
it doesn't
automatically
matter.
go to Obama, but we don't talk about Clarence
Because
Thomas.
he had the
We don't talk
largest
about
stage. he has taken the largest. Because remember, the president of the United States is pretty
Clarence
much
Thomas has the
the
largest
free
stage.
leader. The president, excuse me, who?
Clarence Thomas
President
has
of
the
the
largest
United.
stage.
What's the largest stage?
Clarence Thomas had the largest stage.
And what was Clarice? Okay, well, put it like this: the president of the United States. I don't know, but usually to most people is considered the leader of the free world. So I don't know where you rank Clarence Thomas's position opposed to the president, right? But pretty much the president is who represents the country. So that's pretty much the largest stage. Um, and this is not a debate, but I'm just saying I think that
I
Barack
agree with
Obama had
that.
a larger stage than Clarence Thomas. He had a
I
larger position because the president of the United States is a larger, more prestigious leader of a country, of a nation role. So he had a larger role than Clarence Thomas. So that's why I always bring it back to him because I'm very disappointed at the results that we got after 2 terms. You understand? That's why I always bring it back because it was disappointing to me and a lot of other black people. I mean, it's just my opinion
Mhm.
because we do opinion radio here. That's why I always bring it back because when you put him on the top stage, that is the biggest stage. The presidency is the largest stage.
You
Spoiler
may
alert.
be on this. No, well, okay. I see
Hmm.
differently, and that's my
It,
opinion.
it really is. I'm not trying to shoot you down or nothing, but no, that is the largest stage.
The president
The
represents the United States to other
You are
countries.
shooting me down, then.
but I'm just giving you information because people listening are going to be like Clarence
Only
Thomas.
because I
What
say
you
because he
talking
doesn't
about? Taking
enact.
the crown.
He doesn't enact laws. He finalizes them. The laws, in essence, and the power is given to the Supreme Court. But I don't know nothing. You guys know everything.
But
I'm
Clarence
just a
Thomas
woman.
didn't act on his own. He acted as a part of a
I'm
panel.
just a
Because
little
remember,
old woman. What do I know?
If
no,
you
you
don't
know a
stop,
lot. Shit, listen to me. I'm just saying. In this particular instance, you were just comparing
I
the
don't
stages.
know
But remember,
nothing.
Clarence
You guys are
Thomas.
always right.
No, we're not. So you get out your feelings. It's not about that. But Obama holds more weight than Clarence Thomas. If you go around in general and say who's Clarence Thomas or who is Barack Obama to the average person that doesn't know about politics and Senate and legislator and House of Representatives and all of this stuff, okay? If there's about to be a world war, back when both of those guys were they both active, would they say send Clarence Thomas to go talk to this talk to these niggas, or would they send the president? Who would they send? Like who's dealing with the diplomacy on an international level? I'm joking, but anyway though. But I'm serious. But at the same time, I'm joking. But
this motherfucker.
Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not smart. I mean, I'm
no,
thinking
you
who
are
has the
smart.
largest
Don't
stage
say.
is the one who holds the
Listen,
power.
time out. She
I'm
has a
thinking about the
master's
person
degree.
who holds the
Everybody.
power. So you're right. He holds the largest stage because my brain was thinking about who holds the power. But go ahead. Anyway,
Yeah, just the face. We talking about like the face of the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she has a master's degree, guys. Don't let her say, "Oh, I'm just a," she was saying that sarcastically. Obviously, that was a flex. Like, "Hey, I got 8 degrees. You ain't got shit." But I got a podcast, and you're a part of it, so we rocking. Okay. So anyway, she brings her 8 degrees to the table. So we're a very educated podcast as well. But I'm not gonna call Clarence Thomas when shit hits the fan. I'm gonna tell you that. And I ain't calling Barack either because he ain't got nothing for the niggas. He ain't got nothing for me, man. He ain't got nothing for the blacks, man, except play a little basketball and do that cool black stuff. Like, yeah, we got a black president. Fuck out of here. That shit was whack. It was totally trash. It was the worst. It was very bad. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was still running the show behind Sleepy Joe. Like Joe sleep and and Bam Bam is in the control room pressing buttons and making moves and shit. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. Renda Rick says the Illuminati holds the power. We get it.
it's not about power. He
We were just
Obama.
talking about.
It's
We were
not
just
about
talking
power because
about.
I'm thinking about power, but we're not talking about power. We're talking about faith.
Yeah, we were just talking about on a not on a world stage, Rick, or on a global stage. We were kind of just talking about like it all started with the question, is Biden too old to be running for office again in the eyes of the people? Because it's interesting because I was watching the news today, real briefly, and a lot of people were like, "Nah, I'm good," but then they were interviewing this guy who's like he's gonna be running his campaign or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, man." Nah, he's great, man. He's 100%. He's on the top of his game. He's saying everything contradictory to what we all have been seeing. And then the chat room was on fire. The chat room was like, "Yo, I want a president that can that doesn't fall up the steps." Somebody was like, "Yo," somebody was like, somebody was like, "Yo, I want a president that shakes hands with real people, not the air." Yo, the chat room was going bananas. Oh
Wow.
man, they're like, "Come
Random
on."
Rick, you ain't shit. I see you over there.
And the Rick says Biden is 141 years old. Oh shit, damn, that's heavy. But I'm not here to throw Biden under the bus, but I'm just saying, like, have a seat, man. The country's in shambles. Like, this is we're in dire straits here. We just need
Well,
some
let
kind
me
of
ask
relief.
you. Let me ask you, Ace. Say
Oh,
say
please, man.
say Trump is the candidate. Who else could you see being president?
That's it. That's all we want as the people. We want to restore what last little bit of dignity that we had to the country. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel you.
Like, it was working. Whether he inherited a good economy or not, shit was working when he was there, like it or not. Before the health crisis, shit was working. You can all
Okay.
you want. And he can say, oh, he can talk about the little shithole country and say derogatory. That's his personal opinion.
I can't
Whether
say
black, no, you can say because
You was
is
like, you
what
can
you
say
can say
all
because
you want. I'm just,
you can't say a nigga
I
was lying
can't.
because the shit was working. The economy was great. Everything was popping before the health crisis. Can't say that it wasn't. The economy was booming. Inflation was at an all-time low. There was no inflation happening. I didn't see any inflation the whole time he was in office, actually, to be honest. So let's just keep it because it's not a black or white thing. Let's bring it back to that again. It's all about the policy. He was on China's ass. He was on
Yeah, he
them
was.
Arabs
Yes, he
ass. He
was.
was on everybody. Yeah, get your ass. Oh fuck it. I'll slap you. Get the fuck out of here. He was on
Man,
that
on
real
NATO's
gangster
ass.
shit.
He was on NATO's ass
He
that
was
day.
on
I was
everybody like, yo, man, listen, check this out. Put some respect on USA. And then you get somebody, then you replace him with somebody sleep at the wheel. It's like the whole of respect, everything that went right out the window. Like the last little shred of dignity we were holding on to was with that man. You know what I'm saying? And now
that's
here
the
we
word.
go. Here we are. Randall Rick says, I don't really have an issue with T Dog, but he won't be able to win due to his
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 polarizing people.
polarizing people. It
Yeah, his
would
fan base.
be Republican though, because that's how it's set up. Well, politics is all a scam and a sham for the most part. It's a scam and a sham. But when you put somebody that's an anti-politician in the game, that's when the game changes and people start shaking in their boots. And that's what happened with him because he was
Facts.
able to slow down their little plan for 4 years. He put a delay in the game. You understand?
Mm.
He put a delay in the game that they running. That's why we want him back. Let's delay the game because you see what the next step of the game was, right? That's where we're at today. And that's dire straits. So where we're at today with the inflation and the dire straits and the war in Ukraine and all of this other stuff happening, we would have been there 4 years ago. If Trump didn't win, the play would have still been in play. So we would be going through this shit 4 years ago. We would be in the next stage
Well,
of
here's
the
my
act
question.
of the performance.
Do
See, we
we
didn't
know
get to
that
the
though?
next stage yet, but right now he delayed this whole shit show from happening. So now it's happening, but it would happen 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We would be in the next part of the story already, but we still got to wait now. Go ahead. What was you saying, Tony D? I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say, do we
My
know
bad,
that
man.
had he not been in office, the president that would have been in office, would he have been the same game changer that Trump was? Because what we've seen is
No,
it doesn't
because
matter
he's a
who the president.
politician. He would have been a politician.
Okay.
A
Not
politician
necessarily.
goes with the
Not
game.
necessarily. Not necessarily.
Well, who were the other
You
candidates?
because you only see black and white, but you're forgetting that it was what's his
Tell me.
name?
Tell me.
Sanders, right? Bernie
Bernie
Sanders,
Bernie
Sanders,
Sanders.
Elizabeth Warren. You're
Yes.
progression.
forgetting all those other Democratic, and you're forgetting all the
Yeah.
Republican nominees. The guy who was mayor in New York, he ran,
Cuomo.
right?
Cuomo.
The other Republican guy. So we're forgetting a lot of
I'm not
persons.
forgetting anything. What I'm trying to say is that those are all politicians that you mentioned. And what I said is they're all in a game and they're all running game together. Trump was not a politician, and
I agree
that's
with
what the
that.
difference is.
Sanders
So it doesn't
is
matter about the other people. The game would have
Sanders is
still
not a
continued.
politician.
Sanders would have never had a chance to make it, but he would have. If you thought everything was
If
weird as
he
fuck
would have,
now,
that's what we're trying to
if
say.
you would have put that guy in office, if you think everything was weird as fuck right now, oh my god, you would. Please, and I'm not even gonna go too deep into that because people gonna get offended. Not y'all too, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know we wasn't supposed to carry the politics too far, so I apologize for my
I
questions.
mean, man,
I'm always,
no. I'm just saying because I didn't want to get too deep into like
yeah.
what's acceptable in society today. Like that would have been, woof, we would have been in the second stage of that already. Say if they would have put that old Bernie in there. Oh my gosh, we would have been.
My
We would
closing
have been.
comment on that was when Bush was in office, they
That
was
would have
like,
been
we about to go through from
insane.
hell, and we
For
survived. Bernie
heaven?
Sanders
That
supposed
would
to
have
be
been progressive liberal extremism.
They took Bernie Sanders out. I agree, Randall. They took him all the way out the game. I don't like DeSantis either right now, based on what's going on in Florida. Some of the things that I've heard down there. DeSantis is supposed to be the front runner for the Democratic candidates. I'm not sure what the hell's going to happen. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. In the best interest of the country right now, due to a lot of the younger politicians not necessarily having enough pull on the globe, you need somebody who has a global influence to be a president. That's the question I would pose to everybody. That's the
But
question.
DeSantis does have popularity.
He's got
He has
popularity. He's got a lot of
popularity,
controversy on him
not
right now.
just in Florida.
In Florida, okay, now you're telling me something. Because what I see with him going on the floor is not good.
But we need a first timer.
But he's popular.
He's popular.
Would we be better off at the state we're in, right?
Mhm.
At the state we're in, the country's in. As like Randall Rick says, Republicans will win no matter what. Bet.
Yeah, we can
and I
bet
will
that.
bet.
Yeah, I can see that.
And no, I will bet that because I know the Republicans are going to win because Biden we're too far gone. We're too far. We looking like trash right now in the U.S. Bandana Travels in the building. He said we need Gangster Trump back up in there, and that's what I'm trying to advocate right now. We need an anti-politician. He's not playing the games that these dudes are playing. He's not playing games. He came in there keeping it gangster. He had foot on necks. He had one foot on multiple necks at one time. That's how gangster he was.
I mean,
and like I said, man, the economy was good. No inflation. Everything was rolling. The country was rolling nice, man. And now look where we at. We looking crazy right now. So Republicans, I have a feeling, will win regardless because too much damage has been done right now. We're looking real bad on the world stage as well. We'll probably not recover, but I think everything is quote unquote a plan that they're just they advance.
I do too. No, I agree with the plan. I agree with the plan.
And Trump stopped the plan for 4 years, and people were big mad about it. You understand what I'm saying? And they so big mad about it. So I hope he can come back and delay their bullshit and fuckery for 4 more years. So if I could at least have relaxed for 4 more years, like, phew. Okay.
If he comes back, he's not leaving. It's not going to be 4 more years.
Well, hopefully it's 8. Well, good. Then I can relax.
No, it's not going to be 8.
Well, whatever it is, I don't care. Stop hating on that man.
I'm not hating on him. I'm telling what his plan was. What are you talking about?
I don't care. I'm joking. Come on, man. This is
his plan was to change the rules so that he can be president for a lifetime. That's his plan.
I did hear that. I did hear that.
What are you talking about?
No. That's nuts. Nobody can go with that.
He doesn't. He's the president. He can make the law. What are you talking? If he's the president,
wait a minute.
He can enact that law.
We'll call what's that black nigga name who you mentioned that didn't have the power that we was talking about earlier that I was comparing to?
He's a Republican, Clarence Thomas.
Call Clarence Thomas. God damn it! Let him be the president forever.
He'll be the president forever.
Got his name. That shit ain't happening. No.
I think they would shoot that down.
Mind, actually, that would be great because then we could stomp out all the game playing politicians, and we can drain the swamp once and for all, and we can get down to business. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, Randall Rick. That last statement.
That would be great. That would be great.
See, Ronnie, the only thing I would see against him being a lifetime president, that's never been part of the original law, if you will. I think it would get vetoed and shot down. I think it would.
Yeah, ain't nobody going for that bullshit.
They tried to impeach Trump twice. They did successfully impeach him, but He still held his
Ain't
office.
nobody.
It never went to the Senate, just went to the House of Representatives. So
I don't care
I
who
heard
in that
about him trying to be a lifetime
motherfucker.
president in the first place. I don't think it will go through. I know he probably will try it. There was a lot of talk about it. I remember hearing it.
Or don't they
Oh,
own? Who owns the House? Senate. I mean, the Republicans own the Senate, right?
I think I don't remember the last
Currently,
election. I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong.
I
the
believe so
Senate. So
currently. I believe so
let's.
currently.
So okay. So there you go. And there are more Republicans in the Supreme Court.
This is true. So
Okay,
everything's
let's
in
do
his
it. Let's
favor.
bring the
Everything
Trumpster
is
in
in
for
his
life
favor.
then.
But I don't know what I'm talking about, because I'm
Bring
a
the
hater for
Trumpster in for
whatever
life, man.
reason.
Let's do it.
I'm
I'm
just
with it,
saying.
man. I'm with it. I'm with it. A lifetime POTS would never fly exactly, OG. But you know what though? But when they over 80, they ain't gonna have another 8 years to rock any goddamn way. Because remember, we putting the old men in the building. So you putting them old heads in the joint. They ain't gonna a lifetime term for somebody that's already in their 80s ain't that much more time left, to be honest. They be
Still
letting you
in there. How
finish
old is
for four,
Putin?
4 years and shit.
How old is
I
Putin?
am back.
Putin's in there for a lifetime. Hey,
Yeah,
welcome
but I'm
back.
just saying, but you think he gonna well a lifetime is how many years you think how old is Putin right now? Google it. What's his age right
He's
now?
70.
Exactly. So a lifetime is what? His life expectancy for average human is 78 years old, right? So if you live to 80, you're an anomaly, and you're pretty much rocking on overtime once you hit 80. Like, you know what I'm saying? To be honest. Just those are real numbers. Like the average life
Yeah, you're
expectancy is
right.
78 years
So
old.
what are we talking about? I'm
So
sorry, I just walked back in.
lifetime, a lifetime if a
A
lifetime
president for a
president.
lifetime.
Like, so if you put an old man in office, he ain't gonna live that long any damn way, is what we're saying. So, but I don't think it would fly either. OG says it would fly. He said that's too much like England. Yeah, he said Teflon Don is needed. Tell him, Bandana, bring back the Teflon Don, man. These sleepy. These guys are sleeping at the wheel, man. Sleeping at the wheel and ran out of gas because gas prices so goddamn high. Tank ran empty. You know what I'm saying? We need age limits. Yes, age limits would be great, Random Rick. You're right. They do need age limits on office, not a
There's a big
lifetime.
cry for that. There's a large outcry for age limits in office. But you got to realize they only supposed to do 4 years. People reelect them back in office. The same goes with the senators, the same goes with the House of Representatives. They get elected back in. If you don't have anybody with any experience or any knowledge, you don't have any confidence who your candidate is, you're going to put somebody in there that you want to be in that position. The game has been played to where they're going to look that good to where you won't keep reelecting them. All of us who are younger than the candidates, if we're not doing enough, then who the hell are we going to put in charge? That's what it boils down to.
Bloomberg was in for 3 terms, and it's only supposed to be 2
He
terms.
finessed it. Well, he finessed it. He played.
Right?
But you know what? But
So there's a
he
possibility.
There's a
okay.
very
Well,
small
I would like to. Look, you know what? I say bring the Trumpster back forever. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's rock. Let's bring him back. So he can just like I say, let him permanently drain the swamp forever. We could just start off brand new, start from scratch.
He was damn sure
Like
If you have a
grandfather.
lifetime terms, you might end up having a real. You look what happened. The Liberian president, right?
what happened? Tell us, inform us, because I don't know. Tell me.
Right? They they over they overthrew him because he had a
Well, what
lifetime
happened?
term. What's his name? The famous guy. Let me look at his name.
But you know what though? But that's the power of the people. Because if you're not doing like, we should overthrow Sleepy Joe right now. But he sleep.
Gaddafi.
He probably sleep through the whole thing.
Muammar Gaddafi.
What do you mean they overthrew the government? I must have slept through it.
Hell no.
So, but they don't do that to somebody that's doing. Because remember, if Trump runs again, he's going to win by a landslide. They're not going to be able to rig this election, right? So usually the people that the people want can last a long time as a dictator or something, as long as you're doing good and the majority of the people want you there. But once you start doing a crappy job, you know, if you're on some lifetime appointment ish, that's when they be like, hey man, we're gonna bum rush the show, we're gonna kill them, we're gonna take them out of there, whatever they gotta do. But if you're doing good by the people and the economy is flourishing and you don't got like major poverty and all of that stuff going on, people good, man. They you know what I'm saying? People good.
That's who I'm using as an example. Why this is another reason why I use Gaddafi, because the country was doing good under his influence. and they wanted to murder him.
Well, the CIA destabilizes governments all around the world. We know that. So they, because remember, these
Now
things are.
you, hey, so
Oh, I'm
we're
sorry.
adding.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Oh,
no
my
problem.
bad. My bad. My
So,
bad.
yeah,
I
yes,
don't
the
want to spill too
CIA
much. I
does
don't want to spill too
destabilize
much on
governments.
y'all.
What does that
Yeah,
have
I
to
don't
do
want
with
to.
the people who are actually who grabbed him up and murdered him? The people had nothing to do with the CIA destabilizing the government. The
Well,
people are the ones who wanted to murder their leader.
Well, why would they want to murder their leader if they're doing good?
Because
Right?
you may have a
Because
majority that is doing good within a country,
yes.
but
Okay.
that minority, you can piss them off so bad. If you
Mhm.
murder everyone, if you murder the people that are opposed to you, then
Mhm.
yes, the majority is going to be for you.
Okay. So for okay. So
What about Pol
you
Pot? How
just
about Pol Pot? Pol
Oh my
Pot, when
God, you
Pol
talking
Pot
about
was in
Pol Pot,
office,
Vietnam?
when Pol Pot was in office, the number hits,
Mm.
he economized the country. He economized the country, but at
mhm,
the expense of millions.
Yes,
Okay?
he did. Yes, he did. You
mhm.
talking about Vietnam, right? Pol Pot?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay, I know all
Cambodia.
about this.
Cambodia.
Yes,
It's
yeah, I know all
Cambodia.
about this. It
I
was
mean,
terrible
if we're
shit.
talking about lead
It was terrible.
dictators who,
Mhm.
if the majority of the country was doing good, we have to
Mhm.
also talk about these dictators where the country
What
was
about
quote
what
unquote
about
doing
old
good.
boy? Was it North Korea? John Kim, the crazy one.
He's
Yes.
Kim
still
Oh,
Jong
he's
yeah,
still
you got
in
another one.
yeah.
He wasn't
But
Was he?
murdered. He
Was
no,
ended up
that?
dying, right?
Yeah. Was
But
that
the
North Korea or
majority of
South
countries,
Korea?
but
North, North Korea.
North
Okay.
Korea. Mhm.
But what about him though? That motherfucker was crazy as shit.
But we saying, but generally we was talk about like lifetime term, like life term limits. Like once you get in office, like I'm staying here till I die.
No, I don't think Joe Biden was a good answer to Trump, not just because of his age, but because of his policies as well. Like people don't know how long Joe Biden had been in politics and how
His policies were
flexible
the
and
same
how
as
shifty and
Obama's.
shady he's been over the years.
But he
So
was running with Bam Bam. So he had the same they had the same policy. It was all the
who the fuck
same.
is a Bam Bam?
Oh, Obama. I'm
Obama.
sorry.
He's
That's
called
Oh,
the
Obama's
black
Bam
guy.
oh
Bam.
Lord, see, I
The
missed all
token
that.
black guy. That was his running
Well,
mate. So
here's the
they
thing
all
though.
they have the same
Nobody,
policies.
anybody who's
Garbage.
researched Joe Biden should have to go back
To the
like
70s.
maybe 50, like 10, 15 years. His policies are so flexible based on whatever the popular thing is. He's not a trustworthy type dude. He doesn't have solid a solid platform or solid credentials. He's just likable. And before he lost his hair, he was semi good looking, kind of like a Clinton. You understand? That's the only reason why he kept getting reelected into office. And Delaware is a small ass state. Who else is gonna go against them? You know what I'm saying? Like who the fuck? Delaware? What the fuck is that?
Well, put it like
On the East
this:
Coast, we respect
policies are the
Delaware. East
same.
Coast, we love that. We love you, Delaware
Okay, no,
listeners.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be like that. I'm sorry, CJ. You're right. I'm sorry, I forgot.
You funny. No,
But
no, 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 no.
for those of us in the greater population, I don't give a fuck about Delaware. Fuck that.
But I mean, just like in general, but like it's he had the same policies as Obama. Same policies. Like I said, all Trump did was just slow the machine down for four
Okay,
years and
and
just
I
derail the
understand why
fucking.
Trump was so
So now it's
bad,
back in play.
and I
Mhm.
do understand on the back end why y'all say Trump's policies were also good, but Trump
Like they were.
incited violence though.
Oh man. Wait a minute. Time out. I didn't see
He
him out
did.
there. I didn't see him out there
But
bum
he
rushing.
didn't have to be there. He incited the violence.
I
He
didn't see it.
instigated it.
Okay. I don't know about all that. Who knows?
Really?
Okay, we have to
But
really
He told
disagree.
them. He did tell them to be there.
okay.
He told them to be
I
there.
would have told them to do well. All right, if that's the case, I would have did the same thing if they stole the election from me as well.
They didn't
Yeah,
steal the
take
election. He lost.
your country back. Because remember, just like
He
you were
did
talking
tell
about the
them.
dictators, right, T. Roney? You said the people storm the joint and they'll take your ass out of there, right? So that's what we the
They didn't
people,
steal
we
the
hold that
election. The
power in
motherfucker
America
lost. Fair
as
and
the
square.
American people.
Go home,
Fair and square. Well, we don't know
bitch.
about that. We don't know about
Come
that.
on
Well,
now.
how do you
Smoke.
the
Okay, you know
results?
what? I'm not gonna do
How are
this.
the
I'm not
results
gonna do
of your
this.
fair and square defeat over the president? The for the present president, the fair and square defeat is that how's that working out for the country right now? Kind of wishing
I
that
didn't
he
say it
lost,
was a
aren't
good
we?
look, but he did lose fair and square.
Can I ask?
We're kind
You
of
know
wishing
what's
that he
funny?
lost,
Wait,
aren't
can
we?
I add? Can I?
God
Can
damn,
I
I wish
ask?
this
So
nigga
if
lost.
we
Crazy.
we stole the
Let's rebuild
we
double.
there's
Right.
no wait there's no evidence and let me finish what I'm saying. There's no
Okay.
evidence that the 2020 election was stolen from
There
Trump.
isn't.
However,
Okay.
there was evidence that the 2016 election was stolen from Hillary Clinton. So are we using the same rules of being stolen from the 2020 election that we are using from the 2016 election, or are we just changing the rules because we like a certain person or we favor a certain person?
Well, if it
Like
was
now we
stolen,
have to.
they proved that he stole the election over Hillary
Yes, it
Clinton.
was
Yes,
proven.
they proved
Remember, the
that a
guy,
long
the
time
state,
ago.
the Justice Department, enabled by his authority,
Mm-hmm.
proved the election was stolen. Hillary had more counts, like counts. She had
She
more
got like 2 million
counts.
Mm-hmm.
more votes. 2 million, I think.
But she lost
Okay,
because
so
of
the Electoral College.
okay. So
Okay, so
obviously,
we didn't even get to the electoral. We didn't get
let's
to
talk about it.
Electoral College with Trump. Okay, we
Okay,
didn't. So he's saying
okay.
it's stolen. So what I'm asking is, are we applying the same theory?
Let's apply.
If
All
we
right. So
say
let's do this then. Okay. So let's say he stole that election. So he stole the election, and then he had the next election stolen from him, basically. Okay. So
okay,
double steals. So let's just say that he stole
so we got
one
to
and
give it
then they
back to him.
stole it back from him. So let's start off from scratch.
Oh,
Is that
oh,
cool?
sidebar.
So
Tironi,
he
my nails
stole
are
one
done and they're
and then
very
he got
pretty.
it stolen from
Let me see.
him.
Let me see. Let me.
No
Sorry,
previews
go ahead.
until
I'm
it's done.
listening.
So he stole the election from Hillary, and then Sleepy Joe stole it from him. So he's back to
Yes.
square one. So we're gonna wipe it clean. I stole one and
Yeah.
they stole it back. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank God he stole it because that 4 years of the delay of the bullshit that we see now was great, and I love it. And I'm hoping we can get another 4 year delay. So I hope he can steal one back now on the front end, and then they can steal it back 4 years later. How about that? Would that be fair?
No.
I think that would be cool because I'm trying to delay the current path of destruction that the country's on. So I want to delay it for 4 more years if possible. Let them steal another one. Steal one for Trump. Slow down all the
Seriously?
bullshit.
Hey,
And
Smoke,
then
for
we can
real?
pick the program back up. Yeah, I'm dead fucking serious. I'm dead
Okay.
ass serious.
Okay.
Dead serious. Let's put a delay in what we're seeing right now. Are you comfortable with what you're seeing in the country right now? If you're
Who you talking
comfortable
to
with it,
me?
yeah. Anybody on the panel, are you comfortable with the way things are going right
What
now?
are you? So what are you referring to about that? What are you referring to?
Okay.
I'm not in slavery.
When you go
I'm
to
not
the
in Jim Crow.
supermarket, are you comfortable with getting half the shit you got before when the other president was in for the same amount of money?
Can I say
Are
something?
you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable
Can I
when you
say,
go to the gas station to fill up the car?
I
Are
don't
you
have a car.
comfortable with that? Lucky you, or unlucky you.
Nigga,
Are you
fuck
comfortable
you.
paying them high ass fucking rents and mortgages? I don't
For
think
real.
so. Y'all trying to sugarcoat this fucking train wreck that y'all got us into, running behind the
You know
Biden train.
my financial
Y'all
situation,
fucked up.
Smoke. Don't do me on
Just
camera.
saying. No, I'm not talking about you in general. I'm talking about anybody on the panel. Everybody talking. Is anybody comfortable right now in this country with the way shit is going? Rent through the
I
ceiling.
am comfortable. I'm comfortable.
Well, that's because you rich, bitch.
yeah.
But
I'm
I'm
not
just
in.
saying,
I'm not
everybody
in
don't
Jim
fucking apply
Crow.
to you. Everybody don't
I'm not
apply
in
to you.
slavery.
Hey,
I
hey, hey,
got
when you
social
talking about
media
black,
problems. I
what you
got
be talking
cancel
about?
culture problems. I'm
Hey, what you say?
alive. I'm
What you say
thank God I'm
slavery?
alive.
Don't
I gotta
say
Thank
pay
you,
slavery.
$2 more for
Tironi. Thank
eggs. You know
you.
what?
I don't
Let me
I don't
pay
have
my
none of these
$2. Let me
problems. I don't.
eat less eggs. I don't know. I mean, apparently I ain't got no kids, so I ain't got to worry about eggs, huh? Because I ain't got no
But
kids.
what about
Oh,
all the poor black folks? But what
but
about all of our
I gotta
poor
drink
brothers and
alcohol.
sisters out
I can drink
there?
liquor. Has my liquor gone up? Has my liquor tax gone up? Cigarettes
Hell
gone up?
no.
Really? I don't know. Did the price of liquor go up? You tell
Look,
me.
shout out. Look,
No, I'm
shout out.
serious.
No.
No, it has
Did
not.
everything up? Oh, liquor price didn't go up.
Nope. Sure
No.
hasn't.
Cigarettes, alcohol, and tobacco because they want to keep killing y'all niggas. We're gonna keep that affordable for y'all.
Look, I'm on the T-Roni boat. Me and Kimi Kali have pooled our finances. I don't really have rent problems, car problems. I take public
Talk about
transportation
the
to and
country
from
as a
work.
whole, not personally, guys. Come on,
I
man.
have
We're not
I
talking
have
about
I have to
personal.
take public transportation. I have to deal with rusty ass, dusty ass, crusty ass niggas at 6:30 in the morning trying to tell me I'm pretty. Nigga, back the fuck up. That's my biggest problem in a day, okay?
Oh, good. Well, the rest of America is struggling right now. I mean, fortunately, you guys are doing good, but as a
I'm
majority, the
struggling.
country is struggling as a whole, the country is struggling,
I ain't
and
rich,
we need
y'all.
a
Don't listen to him.
change. We need a change right now, big time. Because I'm not comfortable right now
Got
going
a
to the
question. What's
supermarket.
the change that we need?
The change we need is bring back the Trump stuff. Let's
That can't
lower
be the
this
answer.
inflation.
No, it's not the
Let's
answer.
lower these gas prices. Let's take control of the world again. Let's squash the
So
beef. Let's end the war in Ukraine. Let's
that
restore
him in
some
office is
kind of
gonna end the
How
war
sanity.
in
about we pay
Ukraine.
China back?
Well, no, how about we put a foot back on China's fucking neck?
How
How
about
about
that?
that?
How about that?
Yeah. So bring the right nigga back to do it. Stop playing. Stop playing. If that's the change, you asked me what change I wanted since we volunteering changes. Shit, those are the changes that we had in play last time around. But people got offended for some
Random Rick,
strange
shut up.
reason. Now we in trouble. Jesus Christ.
That first world life.
Yeah, teaching that freak show ideology during
So
this
so
term.
have y'all heard about
Crazy,
so have
right?
you heard about this thing that I've been
Imagine
hearing
if Bernie
about?
Sanders took
Something
office,
about
what the fucking kids would be learning right now.
so I've
Oof.
been hearing something about
Go ahead.
cryptocurrency being terrible and that they try and take the American dollar out
Damn.
and they crash in banks all over the world. Is this true?
Crypto was a
Yeah.
scam. It's a fucking, I don't know why everybody jumped on crypto.
I
Crypto's
never
a
jumped on
fucking
crypto, but
Ponzi.
I don't
I didn't
understand it.
say
Like
you. I
they
didn't
said,
say
now they're
you. It's
saying
a Ponzi
crypto is
scheme.
bad. They said
It's a
that
Ponzi
they're trying
scheme.
to
It
revoke
always
the
has been.
American dollar out of international banks, and they're about to crash our banking system. Is this true?
It's a Ponzi
Yes.
scheme. It always has been. Everybody wants to make easy money.
Tony
And
D, I
wow,
saw you nodding your head. Is this it's true? It's real?
I'm
he's
seeing it.
eating. He don't
Yes.
get it.
Smoke, go
He's
ahead.
eating.
Go
He
ahead.
don't get
Go
it.
ahead, Smoke. I'm seeing it, T-Roni. I mean, I'm Star Child, but Smoke, go ahead.
I think this crypto is a fucking scam. The whole thing is a fucking is a whole Ponzi scheme type of thing going on. I think. I know they may be like people that know more about it than me must be like, you stupid, but am I stupid or you stupid? Who lost their money? A few people
Yeah.
got it's just like everything in
Yeah.
the
So what
beginning. A
about the
few people
American
got
dollar
rich.
being revoked out of international banks? What is that's going to
What
crash
happened
our
is
banking system?
well,
No.
a lot of things is gonna happen in the upcoming future. What happens is a lot of countries are banding together to replace the American dollar as the trade as the like say for example, um
Mm.
if say one country wanted to buy something from another country, both of the countries
Mhm.
would convert the money into American dollars and make the exchange in American money. Okay. But what they're doing now is they're banding together against America. Everybody, since Sleepy Joe was taking the wheel, everybody's banding together against America to remove the American dollar from the equation on a large
Mhm.
international stage. So what happens is that's going to destroy the dollar. If you guys think you see inflation now,
You ain't
just
seen shit
wait,
yet.
stay tuned.
You ain't seen
It's really
shit.
going to be
Exactly.
fucked.
Exactly.
And yeah, they're pretty much making power moves to knock America out the box because we have leadership that is very subpar right now. When they say now is the time to make these moves while we got weak leadership that also has a conflict of interest that's also in bed with some of these people like China, still in bed. Biden's in bed with them at the same time. You're in bed with the people that are making power moves to knock y'all out the box. But he's thinking, fuck it, I'll be dead. I don't give a shit. My son's already rich from the illegal deals and the dirty shit he was doing. So he's not really concerned about the American people.
So is this why you're talking about putting Trump back in office?
You talk about putting him back in there because he was a strong leader with strong policies, and the country was in a strong, solid position when he was behind the
Oh,
wheel.
so this is
Don't
why
give a
it's
fuck
because
about
it's because of
color,
this shit right here.
anything else.
Yes.
Because
Trump
everything, because
was
of the state
always
of current America's, the state of the country right now. That's why.
Trump is to
Compare
be
it
put in office
from
to
then
fix
to
our
now.
They
period.
can I give my opinion?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
The state of the
Y'all
country
are
has got
educating me right now. I'm
nothing
just
to
listening
do
because I
with
don't
whether it
understand it.
was Trump or Smokey Joe or whatever. That
Sleepy,
you're
sleepy,
one
not
of.
smoky.
I mean, I get
Smoke,
everybody
pulling past
wants to
that.
blame a person. Some
You have to.
There has to be a hero and has to be an anti-hero, but that's
Yeah.
not the case. The case is that because regardless to what we had these issues, we had Black Lives Matter before Trump got into office, right? We had the
Oh, that
movements
was
before, we had the policing problems before Trump and after Trump, right? We've had these problems. We've
do
had
we really have a
problems with the
policing problem?
We've had these problems with the American dollar before Trump, and we still have problems with the American dollar after Trump. We're looking at the conditions. We've had immigration problems before Trump. We still have immigration problems. Don't matter what we have our issues. We
I think that
cannot
deserves an
if we're gonna
applause. Honestly.
if we're gonna discuss a problem that we have.
The problem
We
is
don't.
Sleepy Joe,
We
damn it, and I don't like him. Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Well, but I get that.
That's the problem.
But let's actually focus on the problem and not wait for a person to come and heal our problem, because
Well,
that
isn't the
person's not going
government
to come and
supposed?
heal the problem.
Is that not the?
We got
Is
to
that,
heal our problems. We
time out.
are a country together. If we can't, and I still feel
When you
like,
say we,
I mean, I know
who
a
are
lot
you
of people
talking
in
about?
this
Because people don't
country think
heal the
that we are
problems. The
underwater and
government.
we're not doing great as a country, but I still am thankful for the freedoms that I have. I still am thankful for everything that I can walk down the street and yeah, I'm in a neighborhood where I can get murdered by the kids in the neighborhood, but it's not like other countries where I really
Yeah,
have to worry about getting murdered in my neighborhood.
we're not talking
Yes,
bad
we
about our
we are
country
at a
or our
point
civil
where we
liberties or
haven't seen
freedoms.
it in a couple of years because we have been between the 70s and the 2000s. We've lived richly,
Speak for
and
yourself, lady.
we don't know this life. We think this is hard. This is a struggle. We don't know what a struggle is. We are good. We're
You
good.
know.
We have our problems, but we're good. That's
Okay.
that's just my opinion.
And that's what we're here for. Opinion radio, damn it. I get it. I never said that I didn't like my freedom or my civil liberties or anything like that. I just said the country's being run very poorly. It's the greatest country in the world, still, in my eyes. But the country has
Okay, can
poor
I can I can
We
I
can
leadership.
we can be on
I
a
gotta say something
podcast
real
and we
quick.
could talk about the president on a podcast and not get murdered for this podcast that we're expressing our hatred about what we like and dislike. We're not
Good,
being murdered because we've had
good.
this. We're still in this country to do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But we still
I
have poor
that like
leadership.
I said,
It doesn't matter. Well, listen, you were born here. You're a citizen. Freedom is your right. Let's stop giving fucking just like we this now. Thank you. Now let me just pause you for 1 second, right? And I'm not throwing smoke at you. This is just like the fucking situation where it's well, I take care of my kids. Well, you're supposed to. Oh, well, I'm free. You live in America. You're a born American. You're supposed to be. So let's not give fucking participation credits for the shit that we're entitled to and that you're born with. Let's not give participation credits for I live in America. I'm free. So what? That's participation credit. That's just like that. I take care of my kids. You're supposed to. But what's not supposed to be done is the country's not supposed to be run poorly. That's the whole topic of that's the whole point that I'm making. The country's being ran poorly. I'm not saying it's a bad country. Not saying, oh, we get it. You can't talk shit about the president on a podcast in other countries, they'll kill you. Well, this ain't there. This is a place where we can do that. So let's not compare the two. You know what I'm saying? It's apples and oranges. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. We just doing what it do. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's my whole point is the country's run poorly. That's it. I'm not gonna beat the topic into the ground anymore. But that's it. But I'm just saying we're not getting participation credits. Well, I'm free at least. Yeah, you've been free your whole
First of
fucking
all,
life if you're born here,
I need to chime in about
right?
the internet.
Does that make sense what I'm saying or no? Or that doesn't
Yes,
apply to the
absolutely.
same, hey, look,
And
I
I
take care of my
I
kids.
want to piggyback
The same
what you
shit.
said about
Go ahead. Go
as,
ahead, sis. I'm
as a
sorry.
black woman. I
hmm
never agreed with them labeling Kama Sutra as a black woman. She's not.
Who the fuck
She
is
doesn't
that?
identify as a black woman.
I
I
thought
don't care.
Kama
because we
Sutra was like some shit where they had sex toys on display.
Yeah, I don't care.
Is that do they
I don't
relate
care.
it?
I don't care if Kama Sutra went to Howard or she pledged AKA.
Why
Wait,
her
I'm,
name
I'm, I'm asking you a
Constitution?
question.
She
I'm
has
asking you a
never
question.
she has never acknowledged any of that. She used it as a stepping
Who
stone
the fuck
to
is
get
that?
our attention. The reason, and I'm gonna just say this right now, and
She's
if
talking
you
about the vice
clutch
president.
out pearls real quick. She's a classic example
Oh,
of a bitch who used her light skin and her ability to suck dick to climb the ladder. Fuck that bitch.
oh, is that? Oh, did y'all know that she used to date? Remember that Montel Jordan TV show?
Montel Williams.
Montel Williams. You know she used to
Not
date him.
even Montel Williams. She
I know
was
that.
All
fucking
of them niggas.
Willie. What's
All
his
of them.
face? The mayor of San Francisco.
All of them. Yeah, yeah. I seen a story on her rise, on her come up.
She sucked a lot of dick.
Wait, chill. Let me rephrase that. Yeah, they show. Yeah, she been through the celebrity cock carousel. No doubt
Yeah,
about that. Yeah, she
yeah.
sure.
She
Yeah,
sucked a lot of dick.
Lori Harvey. Like Lori Harvey's on track to catch up to her, but that's another story. But
Wow.
yeah, man, that's what. Yeah, it's all good.
She puts
Puff pass.
shame. She
Puff
puts
pass.
shame on the AKA name. And I would just say this in the Divine Nine. Those of us we don't really, it is what it is. I appreciate them, but she makes them look real bad.
Hey man,
We always say it about them. Them is them pretty light skinned girls who suck dick and try to act like they don't. Fuck them bitches.
You made me drop my damn marinara sauce. You made me drop my damn marinara sauce.
Because because Tony D, I'm not lying. You know them AKAs it's some sneaky backhanded bitches.
Oh man. And then she pulled the ultimate one on y'all. Everybody was yelling.
With your red and white self.
You said what? What you say?
I know some good AKAs.
I said it ain't just them.
I know some good AKAs.
Please stop doing that.
No, I know. You know what, Sironi? I know some, and guess what? I know some good ones too. But I will say this: there is one thing they all have in common. They like to hide behind them pearls, though.
About pearl necklace.
Oh, they do.
I give pearl necklaces, mustaches.
Them pretty girls wear pearls. Them pretty girls wear pearls is real.
No, hell no.
Yo,
man. But she pulled the
ultimate. They call us the red. They call us the Reds for a reason. We don't give a damn. We just gonna stomp. It is what it is.
Oh man! Shout out to the sororities and fraternities.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the Divine Nine. I know somebody in all of them. I'm not going down like this. Listen.
I do too. Listen, I know some SG Rose, some Zeta Phi Betas. I know. I know
in Florida.
I know some HOE.
Are they over? Are they over?
Wait, did you say you know some HOEs smoke fuck you?
It has to be fought, T-Ron. It has to be fought.
It has to what? What did you say, Tony?
They still got to fight that. I saw that story too. That's why I don't like DeSantis from what he did. I don't know where he's coming from with that. That was some bullshit.
What's that? What happened?
It's Florida and Texas
Florida,
too, right?
He passed a law to where pretty much it came down to the black fraternity sororities. They wasn't going to be allowed on campuses. It was a huge.
Oh yes, because he disbanded the Pan-Hellenic councils. Yes, he did. Yep. That's what the fuck he did.
He said you're gonna run you niggas off the campus.
Because if you disband the Pan-Hellenic Council, they have no say so for their charters.
Yo, that's crazy.
And that's crazy to me.
Is that racist? Is that who you guys want?
No, it's not. What he's doing is
what's the benefit? I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me explain this to you. The Pan-Hellenic Council is not just the Divine Nine. The Pan-Hellenic Council, if you know what Pan means, it means the world, which means it's the white and black. That's the Pan-Hellenic Council, which means the white and black fraternity sororities. So that means if he's disbanding the Pan-Hellenic councils, that means there's no charter for anybody, which means whoever has the most money gets to say, which means white fraternities and sororities. That's where all the money's
at. Exactly.
Okay.
Got it.
Exactly.
You guys just asking this motherfucker to be.
So he
didn't disband the Divine Nine. What he did is he disbanded the Pan-Hellenic councils, which is basically Xing the Divine Nine out because they don't have the financial pull that white fraternity and sororities do.
So it's going back to what Ace Rose said. It's not about race. It's about black. It's about rich and poor.
Yes, because I will tell you this. I will tell you this. There is a reason why you don't see a Kappa fraternity house, a Omega fraternity house, a Delta sorority house on white campuses. because we don't have the financial pull to put one on campus,
Right.
because that would take money from the school. If we could house our children in our sororities and fraternities, them
Right.
colleges will be sick. They
Yeah.
will be sick.
So that means if it's about rich or poor, the
It
Mhm.
is
vast
about rich or
majority
poor,
will be
which is
white
why
because white
DeSantis
people
attacked the
owns most of the
Panhellenic
money.
Council. He knew he couldn't attack the Divine
Yeah.
Nine directly. He attacked the
Right.
Panhellenic Council because, like I said, if you disband the Panhellenic Council, now it's every sorority or fraternity for themselves. And white fraternities and sororities have money.
Got
We
it.
don't. We don't.
Got it.
Okay. So you just ran a power play. He basically pulled a power play on y'all.
Got it.
Yes, exactly.
Shame on you, Dirty Ron.
Ow!
Oh, man.
Well, I knew it. I couldn't. I needed to understand
Yes.
why. I
It
knew it
wasn't.
was important, but I need to understand why it
It's
was
very
important.
important. So what he basically did was, now, since he attacked the Panhellenic councils on campuses, now there is no Panhellenic council. Now the white fraternities and sororities don't have to acknowledge us, period. It's all financial. Whoever got the money got to say. So if they want to go buy a bigger fraternity sorority house, okay, I'm gonna just use the one that uses Delta Sigma Theta, but they use it backwards. They're Delta Theta Sigma or some shit, and we hate them. They can go buy a house. We can't because they have the money, because they people got money. You understand? Now it's
Right. Right.
now it's every fraternity and sorority for themselves.
Okay, so let me ask you a question now.
Yes.
Now, so that's messed up. So moving forward, so this is effective when? Going into play when? Starting with next semester? After this summer?
Probably. So what's gonna have
Okay.
to happen
Let me
is,
ask you. Let me ask you. Let
sorry.
me interject for 1 second. What's gonna have to happen is this: niggas better come up with some money, and this is where the
Absolutely.
problem is. Well, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. So this is where this comes into play, and this is where organizing in organizations, because these sororities are organized, very
Yes, they are.
detailed. But what they need to
Yes, they
do
are.
is reach out to some of their favorite rap niggas and rap bitches that are making all these millions and trillions of dollars and say, hey man,
Absolutely.
listen, our black fraternities and sororities are in jeopardy of losing our space. What's good? What y'all got for us? Because
What needs to
y'all can
happen
be in the
is
club throwing away
what
40,
needs to
50,
happen
60,
is
70, 80
what need,
grand in the titty bar. Hold on, let me get my shit off. Because
sorry.
this is shit that we got to get onto. Y'all got to put pressure on the people that you quote unquote support, because like we say, Giovanni said it earlier, we got to stop waiting for other people to think, right. So black people, we got to save ourselves. Don't wait for white man to come save you. So when it comes to situations like this is where they need to lean on the Puff Daddy and the whatever, or whatever the richest rappers in their state. So say Florida, you
Yeah.
got your Rick Ross and your this and that. You doing all that, nigga, save the fraternities. Puffy, where you at? Save the fraternities. Or you niggas with Bentleys, Migos, where the fuck you at? Save the fraternities. Or you rich rap niggas, reach back out to your community and do something
Okay.
positive. These are college shit we
What I was
talking.
gonna say to you was I
I
was gonna
support
start
fucking
naming celebrities
voice
who have
dealer.
money, who are actually members of these sororities. Fantasia just got inducted into SG Row, and she has no credentials, and a lot of motherfuckers
Yep.
is mad.
Well, you know what? Well,
Yeah.
good. Well, it's time
Isn't
for her to open up
Beyonce?
her
Wasn't
fucking
she
wallet.
inducted too?
Well, you know
No,
what?
she wasn't,
Good.
and people are mad that
Oh, it didn't
Beyonce
happen.
hasn't
Okay.
been inducted. But there's Brandy was inducted into as an AKA. We got
You know what?
Jada Cross as an AKA. She actually earned her. She wasn't inducted.
Tell them bitches to open their purse and put some money back into the fraternities.
Patty LaBelle is a Zeta Phi Beta. She's a Zeta.
Great. Open the
She's a
wallet.
So is
All
Cheryl Underwood. Cheryl
Yes.
Underwood is
Good.
also
Cheryl
a
Underwood,
Zeta.
definitely.
All
Yes,
right.
yes.
Time for the
But
second.
Patty LaBelle is a Zeta. MC Light is an SG Row. Spinderella is an SG Row.
I didn't know that.
Fantasia is a new SG Row, and she didn't even earn her shit. She got inducted. Angela Bassett is a Delta.
Well,
She's a
lean on
Delta,
these
yeah.
bitches and tell them to save y'all.
That's
Then
what
that's the
I was
problem.
getting to that, but you shut me up. I was gonna
Yeah, I'm
say
sorry.
we have to
Hell
lean
yeah,
on them.
bitches. You
Steve
damn right.
Harvey, Ricky Smiley are active and loud ass Omegas.
Think about it. So
Yeah,
y'all need to reach out
yeah,
to these rich ass
yeah.
niggas that shit happen to them.
Boosie, and I was gonna say Boosie, since you want to be seen in public wearing a Kappa Alpha size sweatshirt and want to be disrespectful, put your money where your mouth is, nigga. For real.
That's right. That's right.
Straight
Keep
up.
it a band. Keep it a band. Because white man ain't gonna save y'all. He trying to kick y'all out. So let's turn around and reach our hands back
Uncle,
at
nephew, nephew Tommy is a prominent Kappa. Jalen Hurt, one of the highest paid quarterbacks we have, is also a Kappa. Let's
He
keep
just
it.
signed
He's
a big deal, 200 and something million. Tell that nigga to
yeah,
drop some bank on it.
yeah.
$1 million, Jalen. See, this is where, yeah, man. So why
His
don't we put
wife,
pressure
and
on
guess
these
what?
kids?
And guess
Put
what? He just
pressure
signed
on
that deal. His wife is a Delta. Let's ride. Let's go, Jalen the Hurts. Let's ride, Hurts.
Open
Can
up
I
that
say
Tony
wallet.
Tony got his hand up.
Can I say
Yes.
something? Because I want to get in here before Rochelle's there in the camera anymore, telling something else. All of these folks have already donated. People don't know this. People don't realize it. They have donated and tried to contribute. The problem comes into where when they give a donation for a specific reason, the money has to go to a general fund. They used to happen in Tuskegee. Bill Cosby and Lionel Richie were both trying to donate to get a new stadium. They wasn't going to allocate the money directly toward the stadium. They're going to put it in the general funds. Most of your HBCUs are in debt.
Yes, they are.
Big time.
So why don't they buy the house themselves?
Well, here's the kicker. The money they're trying to donate isn't enough to cover the debt, number one. Number two, a lot of these HBCUs are on federal ground. Those numbers come into play. They come into play as well. So
That's true. Yes.
with the fraternity
That is
sororities, this is another stereotype. We talked about this not too long ago. Your black fraternity sororities can't be at some of these campuses because they've already been threatened to be burned down the minute they're built.
They were. Yes, they were.
So we can kick out all the money we want. We can have all the support we want. The minute we throw a concert with some of our prominent rappers, they're going to bring in some of their prominent singers and perform well.
I can back this up. Being that I pledged at the mighty Delta Beta of Eastern Michigan University when we brought Jay-Z to Eastern Michigan University.
Yes.
And he took off his Yankee hat and put that English D on. It was uproar in the motherfucking city. Okay, it caused a lot of he donated money and everything to the D9. What Tony is saying is true, but I will just tell you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So do you remember that? I'm sure you've heard about this from other people in Michigan when we brought Jay-Z to our homecoming, and like I said, he took off that Yankee blue and put on that English D. It was an uproar. It was like a and he said, "What up, though? Are you serious?"
He do that in every state he go to. I don't mean to piss on the parade.
Come in there and you give them their props.
But you have to remember, we were young. We didn't know that. We just felt special.
That's entertainment.
That is entertainment. And
he also donated money to each organization.
And that's the real part about it. That's real shit.
Really do. They're going to donate to any and every organization. Our donations are being given. Our contributions are being made. It's the support afterwards and the support outside of that. And then it's where they want the money to go to. You can write a check. They're going to put the money somewhere specific. They're not necessarily going to put it where you want it to be.
Absolutely not.
So what we got to do, all of us who HBCU students, black college students, any and everywhere. Matter of fact, all of you Pan-Hellenic people, all of you need to fight this.
Yes, they do.
That goes for the Greek, the non-Greek, the black, and the white. All of y'all. The honor societies, every last damn one of you. I know y'all beefing between yourselves, between the Congo and the Ongo and all that other crap. I know about that. Y'all
the Congo and the
fight. Yeah,
no, he's right because the bands have sororities and fraternities. They all do, and we all fight amongst each other, and it's crazy.
They do fight amongst. They fight amongst each other, just like military branches. We fight amongst ourselves. We do all that shit. So all of y'all, the Congress of non-Greek organizations and the Congress of Greek organizations, the Congo and the Congo, all of y'all need to get together on this. I said it.
They don't know what Tony. They don't know what that. They don't know what that is. I know what that is. They don't know what that is.
I just told them the Congress of non-Greek
organizations. Yes.
Congo, and then you have the Congress of Greek organizations, Kogo. Y'all need to get together. Your honor societies need to get together. All of you, even some of y'all who try to make your own frats like we did when I was at Tuskegee. Y'all need to help support this. Y'all need to help support this. Money is in control. We get it. But nobody should not be allowed to have their own when others do. That's the bullshit. I'm done.
I'm just saying. This is
Give him a hand clap, Smoke. Give him a hand clap.
This is all inclusive America we're in, right? So,
and as a legacy driven Delta, I will say this is that it is expensive to be in a sorority or fraternity. People don't understand the financial burden you carry. And I'm not active for that very reason because I can't afford it. Being part of a sorority or fraternity, especially a black one, is a heavy burden. If you have,
It
if
is.
like my aunts, they
Like
call
y'all
them
pay
Delta.
dues and shit. Mm-hmm.
They call them Delta Deers. So which means they can pass on that legacy to their children, but it still comes at a heavy price. It's expensive to be part of these organizations because we know where this money is going, and the work that we do is heavy, and the work that we do means something. So, like Tony said, for those of us, if anybody hears this who's part of the Divine Nine and Panhellenic Council, it's not just about black or white. It's about money and about having our colors and our letters seen, because that's what's remembered. Nobody cares about how many people you pledged if you didn't do good in the community. You understand? Nobody cares about that shit.
It's all about
Am I right?
community.
Am I right, Tony? Nobody cares. If
You
you
want
didn't
to
show the
brag
fuck
about,
up,
and I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb. Some people brag about how big their line was. Some
who
people
cares?
brag about how prominent their organization is. What you do within your chapter matters.
Absolutely, it does. It
I will
matters.
tell you this as somebody who has
Black
seen.
Lives Matter.
Well, yes, I mean you can go there. I'm not even gonna crack. The honor societies and the non-Greeks were very huge in a lot of community service when I was seeing it. The Greeks were as well. I know what the Sigmas was doing. I knew when the Kappas was trying to do something. I knew when I was trying to do something. And the step shows meant something because they was making their money on the step shows. All their community service, the things that they do, go be active, go help support them. Food drives, cleanups, go into nursing homes. They do all this. That's why I don't shit on none of them. I really don't. And I really will support them because I know a lot of them who are coming from the heart, even the legacies catch a lot of hell. Legacies catch hell in any and every organization.
Yes, we do.
Any and every organization, you all catch hell. But if you're active, you will have some respect. The only respect people won't have for you is if you didn't come up the way that everybody else did. That ain't your damn fault.
Right.
At all. It's what you do when you get in there. I'm somebody I'm in the VFW, the Veterans of Foreign Wars. We've done food drives. We've done roadside cleanups. We've done fundraisers. These Greek organizations, college Greek organizations, and these are college students that ain't got no damn money trying to do something. Y'all need to get off of their case. I'll give you the credit for trying to stop the parties, stop all the wild antics and everything. I got that. But when they're trying to do something for real, everybody, all of you college students, if you all hear this, when they do something for the community, go help them.
Join them. Join them.
You could join them, but damn sure go help them.
Yes, absolutely.
You will not only unite the campus, you will ease a lot of tensions. You will re-energize a lot of parties because when people see each other doing something for themselves, you want to be around each other. Car washes, food drive. I mean, helping people clean up stuff. Just go clean up something.
How about this? Easter egg hunt.
T-Roni. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Easter egg hunts for the kids.
Yes, all of that. They did a haunted house when I was at Tuskegee. They did a little haunted house for the kids. I was helping
haunted houses, Easter egg hunts, anything for children. You join that shit for real and do something with it.
Yes,
because you never know what kind of impact you have on a child. Like I remember, we showed up for like a tea for the kids. And one little girl, it was a white little girl. She said, "Can I be a Delta when I grow up?" I said, "Absolutely, you can." She was white, and she was white.
She can.
She said, "Can I be a Delta when I grow up?" I said, "Yes."
Can we go ahead and say this real quick? Y'all know Bill Clinton is a Sigma, right?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I can identify as a fraternity guy if I want, because the way things are.
Do you know there are several white NFL football players who are Kappas?
No, I didn't know that. But Kappa's a predominantly white organization for us.
They're not. What you say?
I identify as the 30-year-old single rich white guy.
I identify as a dark-skinned, wealthy black woman. Okay.
Kappas are Phi Nu Pi, correct?
Kappas are who?
Phi Nu Pi.
Yes, they are Phi Nu Pi. Yes.
That's why they got white members.
Excuse me.
That's why they got white
members. What you trying to say, Tony D?
Kappa Alpha Psi. Phi Nu Pi. Isn't that their chant?
Yeah, they got white. Yeah.
Isn't that their chant?
First of all the men in my family are Kappas. I don't like what you're trying to say.
Okay, tell me where I'm wrong.
That is not why they have
I'm
white
listening.
members.
I'm listening, ma'am. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Please tell us why.
I'm listening. Seriously. From what
Make it
I've
up.
understood
Make
and
it a
read,
good one.
and no, she can correct me. She can
I
correct
don't
me. She
know.
got family members in there. She can correct me. Kappa Alpha Psi Phi Nu Pi. Correct? Cornell University. Correct?
Indiana University.
Indiana. It wasn't Cornell. It was Indiana.
No, Indiana is where they were founded. Indiana University.
Indiana
IU.
University. Okay, forgive me. Forgive me.
Yes.
The Kappas came after Phi Nu Pi, or Phi Nu Pi came after the Kappas?
Phi Nu Pi came after.
My apologies. Now, the two can't work together, can they not?
They can.
That's my point. No disrespect and no shade. That was my whole point. They can be together with no problem.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Go for it. Go for it. I'm listening.
That is not the reason why we have members of Delta Sigma Theta that are white.
Yes, they cross as Delta Sigma Theta. Delta Sigma Theta isn't aligned with any other sorority, though, is it not?
Excuse me?
Delta Sigma Theta is not aligned with any other sorority, correct?
Actually, let me tell you a little history.
Please.
AKA and Delta was the same sorority at one time, which is why they're both Alpha chapters are at Howard University.
I did not know
They
that.
had exactly. Let me educate you real quick.
Please.
That's why both Alpha chapters of Delta Sigma Theta and Alpha Kappa Alpha are at Howard University, because they were one sorority at one time. They split due to a difference in vision and thought process. You understand?
That's fine. Charlie, be outside. What's good?
Thought
Go
process or thought process?
No. Don't do that. This is serious shit. So because of the difference in the thought process and vision, they split. But that's the reason why Howard University is the Alpha chapter for both sororities, and why there is so much
tension,
static between AKA and Delta, because we were once the same sorority.
Did not know that. Appreciate that.
Yes.
A lot of Alpha chapters are at Howard University. A lot of Alpha chapters.
But people don't understand why AKA and Delta got so much static. That's why we were once the same sorority.
Can't we all just get along?
I've never heard
No,
that.
obviously not. And I will tell you one reason why.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony D can probably back this up. He went to an HBCU. It was about skin color, because that's what it was back in the
stereotype.
day.
I didn't know if it was true, but that's a stereotype.
It is. It's the truth. AKAs want light brights. Jada Pinkett's, they want the light brights.
So let me ask you this: Felicia Rashad is an AKA. She's not light bright.
Exactly.
Quite a few AKAs are dark skinned, beautiful.
But no, now. But I'm saying the reason why they split. The reason why they split back in the day, that was a major reason.
Mm-hmm.
The paper bag test wasn't working for us as Delta.
You went there. I wasn't going to do it. You went there. I wasn't going to do it.
The paper bag
I'm gonna
test,
do it.
everything is
I'm
about
gonna do it.
color.
I'm gonna do it.
No, I was not
Charlie
going to do
B
that.
in the house. What
I
up,
see
Charlie
Charlie
B?
B over there. What's good?
But let me tell you some real shit though. We were once the same sorority. We're no longer, but that's the reason why. And we're the only ones that have two sororities at the same. Alpha is not at Howard. Neither is, and the only two, the true brother sister sorority fraternity is Zeta Phi Beta and Sigma.
Phi Beta Sigma. Phi Beta Sigma.
Yes, Phi Beta. They're the only ones whose charter has them as brother and sister.
Yes.
Their charter is not at Howard, but ours is. Kappa is at Indiana University. I forgot what Alpha's is, and I don't even pay attention to SG Rose and Sigmas. Sorry, that's just me being an asshole.
It's been 30 years, so I may be wrong, but I could have sworn everybody's Alpha chapter was at Howard.
No, it's not. Kappa's is at Indiana University.
Yes, they were the only ones who didn't have one.
All right.
So let me tell you something. So with that being said, let me tell you what you're not gonna do, Tony D.
I'll be with the black shit. I don't know.
Take your time.
Sorry.
Take your time.
I'll be like,
oh yeah, this real talk right here. We doing some real talk right here.
This is the
that's doing real talk right here.
So with all the stereotypes of the Divine Nine.
So what happened with the color shit? They had to split the fraternity because somebody was
sorority.
I mean sorority because
because there were certain
girls were light
because
skinned,
our founders were more inclusive at the time. Remember, this is back in the day when colorism was a real thing for us. Okay.
Yeah, y'all niggas is all just black. Stick together.
No.
Was this before segregation or integration?
Yes. This
What are we
this
talking
is
here?
this is before Jim Crow.
Okay. So
So
this is when black folks had to stay together.
AKAs stereotypically are light skinned,
Mhm.
curly haired, light eyed chicks. Tony D and my
Okay.
lion.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not understand what we're saying, what she was breaking down to you is the scene you saw in School Days when they was having a little dance off in the barber shop, in the beauty shop, the jigaboos and the wannabes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, please
Yes.
continue.
Those
School
are
days.
those are
The
AKAs
first
and deltas
Spike
fighting
Lee
amongst each
School
other.
days.
Please
Good
continue.
one right there.
Please
Tony
continue.
Those
D.
are AKAs and deltas, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So that was kind of how
So
that
deltas,
goes.
so the delta founders felt like we should be more inclusive. It's not about color, it's about commitment and work and shit like that. AKAs was more pretty. They wanted to be party girls. They wanted to kick it. They were
Okay.
more about getting their MRS than their degrees. You understand? So
Okay.
you understand?
Go
Which
ahead.
is why typically when you see AKAs, and no shade to AKAs, yes, we have some dark skinned ones, but typically if you see AKA lines, them is the hair shakers, them is the ones we don't Delta stomp. Okay, we don't do that. We don't put mirrors up to our faces. We don't do that.
How you do your makeup then?
We sit. Look, we sit. We sit.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Okay.
Oh shit! Hold on. I was about to say no, not again.
Yeah,
Tony D
for
started
those of you,
swirling on that
who
upload.
did not go to
On this
college,
note, T Roney, she just sent me a text. She's out of town. She's at her sister's. Her laptop battery died, and she didn't have a charger with her. So
Well, okay.
she was saying, good night to everybody. Just
Good
good
night,
night,
T.
night,
Roney.
take care, lady.
yes.
Those of you who didn't go to college, if you didn't go to HBCU, if you're looking at
Once
fraternity
this thing starts
sororities,
loading like this again, this was the beginning. We're gonna rock for. Let's see, one day. Yeah, we can get a little 8 more
good.
minutes left and wrap it up. That'll be
Yeah, I'm
about
ready to
because
wrap
we
it
was
up.
1
If
hour
you didn't
on
go
the
to
first
college,
on
if
the
you didn't look
first
into the
attempt.
fraternities and sororities, if you didn't
And
look into this is
now
heavy.
bring Tony D back in on the other side at the stream.
What happened? I dropped out. Can y'all see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you.
For those of you who don't know about college life and fraternity sororities, these are heavy conversations we have.
Yes.
Campus.
Yes.
These are heavy conversations. I actually had to look up a couple. She's right. I do you an apology. Not everybody started at Howard. I thought it did. I see it now. So I appreciate that. My apologies to anybody who may feel disrespected. But know this. I try to learn the truth about any and everybody. Some people don't like to be looked into or researched. I understand that. I'm not after.
But when you found it, what did you find? Delta and AKA are the only
didn't do
ones
that.
who
I
have
dug
the
up- I
same
dug up
charter
all
on the
of them.
same campus.
Wait now. I dug up all the fraternity sororities to see where they started.
Okay, where did we start on the same campus?
You said it. You feel better now? You feel better? I done told you 3-4 times, damn it. I done told your ass. You still want your recertification. You still want to get your job. You still want all your acknowledgments. I said it.
I know my shit. I earned mine.
I ain't mad at you. He dropped out.
Do you know who Bishop Vashti McKenzie is?
No.
She is the only female bishop of the AME Church. Do you know who her grandmother was?
I think you told us this a few months ago. I think I remember that now. Yes.
Do you know who her grandmother is?
No.
One of the founders of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And a personal friend of our family. What the
You told me
fuck
that. I remember that.
Come on now.
Don't make me have to carry this broadcast on over to my man get back. Don't make me do it.
You can. And we can.
No,
We can.
but honestly, everybody out there, no, for real. These are heavy conversations we've had on campus. We used to do this when I was in school. Everybody was digging all of the fraternities and sororities up for when they wanted to pledge. Nope.
I really didn't have a choice. It was one or none.
You said that. You told us that story already. For those of you, some people wanted to change their minds. Some people didn't have any leadership like she did. She had leadership in her life. We didn't have, the leadership as to which one to join. I literally looked up all the fraternities. I did.
Tony, you strike me as an alpha or a sigma. I would probably pin you more as an alpha because you're a little bit more outspoken, but you strike me as an alpha or a sigma.
I've known outspoken members of all of them. All
But
jokes
I'm just
aside.
saying,
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying because
appreciate it.
but you strike me as an alpha or a sigma.
When I learned about the Sigmas, I would have rolled with the hardest
I could,
because they
so
were,
so I'm right. I
yeah,
pegged you
I
right.
would have
You
been
will be an
because
alpha
of
or a sigma.
the brother sister connection was solidified in the first place.
But so I was right. You would have been a sigma. You
Probably,
strike
yeah.
me as one of them.
It was either them or the alphas I had looked at. Yes.
You strike me as one of them.
Everybody was going Omega because they wanted to be the toughest. I just
No,
wanted to be
Omega's. Let me tell you something. Okay, Steve Harvey said it best, but I will say this: as a woman, you're attracted
Shit.
to the.
Gotta kick that on my
You're
stream
You
again.
good,
attracted.
bro.
Fuck.
You good.
This shit, I'm gonna wrap
You're
this up in a few. I'm sorry, finish up, y'all, because I'm gonna think this because I
Finish
keep
up, ladies, so we can
getting.
go ahead and get them out. Go ahead and say what you were saying, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
I'm
was gonna
sorry for
say,
interrupting.
as a
I'm getting
woman,
fucked
as a
up.
young
Yeah.
woman, you're attracted to the Q dog, but as a grown woman, you want the Omega man.
That's what Khalid Muhammad said when he came to our campus. You will cross the lines of Q dog, but when you cross, you become an Omega man.
You want the Q dog is cute as a youngin, but as you grow up, you want to become the Omega man.
You want to become a man.
And I will say this: out of all of the Divine Nine fraternities, Qs have a different presence than most of them, and it's not just because those dudes are different type dudes. And I'm not trying to down anybody, but they're just different type dudes. You understand? You're just
And
different.
don't be fooled. Every fraternity and every sorority, they've got their distinguished,
Absolutely.
and they've got their
And
grinders. You don't
and they
ever
have they have they trifling. Everyone
yes.
has.
Not even trifling. The grinders, the one who will.
Yeah.
You got some that'll be politically correct, and then you got
Yeah.
some that won't give a fuck as much as you don't.
Absolutely.
Be careful who
There
you
are
mess
some
with.
people
Be
that
careful who
only
you
stay
mess
in
with.
school long enough to pledge and get their colors, and then they drop out.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to do that. We're gonna wrap this up. Ace, you still there, bro?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't do
imagine
that.
that.
Yeah.
You did all that just to do that and just to drop out. Like, all right, later.
Well, no,
That's
No,
crazy.
but they do though. But they do though.
That's more power to them.
they are, and that's for real.
That
She
they
ain't lying.
do that. That's kind of.
They just want their colors and then they out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Was it worth the down payment for tuition and all that? How much does that cost?
Too
Just to
damn
get
much.
About
okay.
100,000.
Too damn much.
Fuck, man, keep that motherfucking fraternity. You keep that on that note.
The stereotype is to graduate even after you cross.
Shit,
Good
if it
luck.
costs $100,000 to join, that's why I never joined.
But they
Y'all
want
niggas
the
out your
ability to wear their
motherfucking
colors
mind.
for a lifetime and be able to scroll and stomp and all that shit.
I'm good. No thanks. I'm gonna pass on that. But on this note, man, let me we're gonna make some final rounds before the what's the name kills us one more time. This damn storm is knocking out my
Yeah, let's rock, man.
I'm sorry, Smoke, and I'm gonna keep y'all in prayer because y'all got some issues going on up there.
We should be all right, but I don't know. It's like it's a little windy, a little hard. Just like the rain is coming down hard and start and stop, and all this other shit. But Random Rick, you agree, right? $100,000. Fuck that fraternity. Fuck that. Yeah. So let me see. In closing, we'd like to thank everybody for coming through. I apologize for the technical difficulties we've been having. This has been kind of crazy, blaming on Mother Nature.
You good
For
out here,
real.
Smoke. We love you.
T-Roni, thanks for coming through.
Thank you, T-Roni. First leader, Sunday Night Smoke podcast. Big up T-Roni Robinson.
We love T-Roni.
Big up without the big up to T-Roni without the charge cord for the laptop. You know what I'm saying? You always got to keep the charge cord. Don't forget to pack the charge cord. Random Rick says the Democrats turned the weather machine because you heard
know
us
what?
talking
Tell Rich, tell him to kiss my ass.
So check it out. Let me bring up your banners. Let me bring up your banners real quick for the road. In closing. Oh shit. Oh, I was about to say that's crazy. That was a plane. I'm about to say that wind is crazy. Okay, we're gonna bring up your IG right here. This is the Star Child 226 Instagram. Check it out. We also got over here. We're gonna go with the link tree Tony D. Original.
Appreciate you, cuz. Appreciate you.
Tony D.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Smoke.
I'm not trying to rush everybody off, but I want to wrap it officially so I can keep this episode saved. before we get cut off again.
Got it. We understand. We understand.
Catch y'all next Sunday, 7 p.m. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Charlie B, I see you. Yeah, Wi-Fi tripping, cuz no doubt. We're gonna check y'all out next week, y'all. Have a good one.
All
One
right.
love, everybody. You heard?
Peace, everybody.
Bye.
Oh yeah. Later, y'all. Peace.
Peace.